Tres, dos. Okay, recording started. And now I realize why why no one is here. Because obviously there's a huge big match going on, and it's really exciting. So I was thinking, hey, that's not, you know, how people are. So I think they're gonna see the end of the match. Excuse me. Yeah. So while they finish the match, we're gonna maybe finish the Intune then. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, Bakar is here. Yeah, Kamraj says cricket match. Yes, cricket match. Pakistan India cricket match. That is the one. So let us go ahead, guys, and continue as well. You can just put cricket info on the right left side, .com or something, or maybe you have subscription as well. Okay, so I'm not into a lot of, I'm into outdoor game myself, but not watching. So, okay. In case of, so now we're gonna be talking about where we are. So what we did was, what we did, huh, let me put what's up there. Okay, so a recap. So we went for um, a discussion of um, we went for discussion of compliance, compliance policies, and configuration profiles. Now, uh, we now need to implement these in our Windows 10 and 11 machines. So we're going to implement those in Windows 10 and 11 machines. And so this is the end of our first lab. We've been doing this since 9 o'clock. And so we had a very good, oh man, I'm putting a recap here and then I'm saying this. Seriously, just wanted to, you know, have some fun with those words still coming. Okay, so recap is that we went for discussion of compliance policies and configuration profiles. We now need to implement these in our Windows 10 and 11 machines. And so let's do that. Let's uh, go through our Intune cloud side configurations quickly or quackly. And also let's go for a new one. Oh, sorry. So let's go through our Intune cloud side configuration quickly, and then client side configuration. Okay, so cloud side, what we're going to confirm is, um, did we create um, a security group? Obviously, we know that we did security group and added some users actually do to it. For Intune, was that security group added to uh, Intune? Okay, where was that security group added to Intune compliance policy? At least one, and added to Intune compliance policy and so we just added one for each. And a configuration. So configuration profile. And then did we confirm? So that's okay. Did we confirm from Windows 10? Actually, my 11 did not really worked the way that I wanted to work, and in Office it was working fine. Did we confirm from Windows 10, 11 that uh, these uh, confirm from Windows 10, 11 that we entered the now this is not a terminology by Microsoft, but Intune ready users the first time uh, in after Windows was formatted, after Windows 10, 11 were formatted, right? After 10, 11 were formatted, right? Um, so we're gonna confirm all these now quickly, so we would have a good recap then, and we will know where we are and what we're doing. So, and once logged in from Windows 10-11, did we install uh, Intune company app uh, in both and also MS Office. Um, and then did we make sure that the compliance policy and configuration profile settings are installed, are implemented successfully on these machines? Also, uh, is BitLocker configured? Um, does Intune dashboard for these machines show the word compliant in green, right? So it has to be this. If it is not compliant, then troubleshoot, right? So I'll just put it in green and block. Okay, so we have to check all these things. Excuse me. Okay, so let's get going. Going. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is does Intune dashboard for these machines show that we're compliant in green? So let's confirm these things. We went for discussion of compliance policies and configuration profiles last class. We now need to implement these in our Windows 10 and 11 machines. So we did start implementing that as well in last class, but it ran out of time. Let's go through our Intune cloud. So
Hey, Amir, what is this?
what is what?
What are we
Slide,
talking about here?
slide, and
A recap
Intune.
of what,
So
last week?
yeah,
I don't have the video, Amir. I don't even know what you guys did.
why weren't you here last week?
Yeah, I was here, but I'm not going to remember everything. So this
Hey,
is
you
just a
should,
recap
man.
of last week. Well, I didn't get the video, right? If I got the video, it would have been up to
Yeah,
date.
I did put the video there.
It doesn't
Uh,
work. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you didn't add my email. I don't know.
I did add your email. When you give me, I add your email.
It's still giving me that error. I just checked again.
Then it's maybe something wrong on your side because other students are able to access that.
No, it shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I don't know what's going on.
Well, others are saying it's accessible. Then what can I say? For my side, it's okay then.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
So that's why I do a recap as well. And it's not a big deal. You have done this course before as well. So yeah, we just went through compliance policies and configuration profiles, right? So nothing very complicated here. So, okay. We now need to implement these in our, okay, Windows 10 and 11 machines. Let's go through our Intune cloud site configuration. So I'm going to cover this cloud site configuration here, right? Okay. Guys, my sound is okay or it's cutting off?
Yeah, I was cutting off before, but when I was checking it last night, it wasn't working. It wasn't working Thursday. It wasn't working Wednesday. So I just went in again today, and it's up and running.
Okay. Oh,
Weird.
well, I'm not sure what's going on there because if
Yeah.
anyone else is accessing,
No,
this
I'm
means
saying
my
for the
side is
last
okay.
couple of days, it wouldn't work. I was getting that video here, but it doesn't matter now. That's fine. I got it.
Okay,
I'll
then
have
let's
to
go
take a
ahead
look
then.
at it tomorrow when I get a chance.
Okay, cool. Uh, okay, so here, let's go through our Intune cloud side configuration quickly. Let me know where I'm cutting off, so I will repeat that. There's some
Yeah, no problem.
issue going on with my, I don't know what, internet or my laptop. Okay, unable to view the video. Okay, yeah, so cloud side configuration. Now, your sound is okay for now. Okay, thank you. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Now I'm just gonna open this. Um, so let's go to our environment. I'll just try to log in quickly. So here, not Exchange, I'll go for admin. Endpoint manager. So let's confirm the first thing, and that is that did we create a security group and added some users to Intune? Yes, we did. So what is that security group? It's here. Actually, I can just see from the policies as well. If I go to Intune Admin Center, then go to devices, then go to compliance policies. The only security group that is added would be the one that I created. We can confirm from here instead of going to the places here per setting. Uh, 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 oh, what happened? Compliance policy properties. Yeah, that was not coming. And the group is this Intune Windows Devices User Group. So that's the group we have. So to be create security group, yes, it's this. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, and was that security group added to an Intune compliance policy and configuration profile? So let's confirm that. We already confirmed that this group is added to Intune compliance policy. So we're gonna check that. So this is the group and this is the policy. Intune. I'm gonna go to configuration profile as well. Windows. So devices. We can go Windows or this is here as well. Configuration profiles, company endpoint protection. So we selected this as the endpoint protection as the configuration profile. Otherwise, we know that there are so many other configuration profiles as well. So if I go inside that, just to confirm if the group is added or not. So if I go further down, So if I go further down here, so yes, I have, I have what? Oh, this group is not added here. Thank God we have checks there. Okay, so if I go there, last time when I was talking about the policy, configuration profile, so we were talking about lots of features there. There were pretty long list of features there, or settings there. But at the end, I think I forgot to add the group. So that's why we have checks here. Always double check and triple check and see with the eyeballs, never assume, right? So that's why I created a list again. Okay, this thing caught. I'm gonna add. So I have created this configuration profile policy. In fact, what was in the policy, when you have created the policy, after that, you can also see what you have configured. And that is from Defender Firewall, we have enabled the profiles. So Windows protection, we enabled authentication at startup, BitLocker, recovery, store recovery information for BitLocker um, in Active Directory before enabling BitLocker. Also, um, here. Microsoft Defender, we also create something. So these are those policies where I made a change. Otherwise, the policies or settings of configuration profiles are much more than these, right? So we see here Windows, we see here these five, right? Policies. But if I click configuration settings, edit, so we have like all these. So out of these, we are seeing only five because that's where I made the changes. Others we discussed, but whatever the defaults were, we kept it.
He's turning on the heater. It's gonna change, right? So what are you making right now? What is that? Yeah?
Okay. Uh-huh. So yeah, Microsoft Defender Application Guard, Defender Firewall, Defender Smart. Yeah, so we have all this, but we have whatever we have configured. I'm going to cancel out from here, but we have what we have configured is only showing here, right? The rest, suppose you want to configure something more, then you can go click Edit again. Okay, so here we have now, we still did not add the security group, so I'm just going to go inside and add the security group as well. So there is assignments, included groups, group, edit, and add groups. I'm just going to click the add groups here, and Intune Windows devices. I have to add that group because it has two users, and those two users need to be, you know, there. So I'm just going to click review plus save and save. Okay. Now, um, okay. So once we are done with that, all right, excuse me. So this is, was that security group added to an Intune compliance policy inclusion profile? Yes, I just did that now. So it has to be added to both policies. Now, did we confirm from Windows 10 11 that we entered the Intune ready users the first time after Windows 10 11 were formatted? So what's going on here is we have two machines, and these two machines are Windows 10 and 11, right? So Windows 10. So last time, yeah, Windows 11, 10 was good, but 11 was not good. Um, so, and here we have M365 Intune, right? Now, this Intune has what is ready is compliance, policy, and configuration profile. So this need to be deployed there. So the users that need to be connected in the machines. So the first time when we formatted the machine, after that, the users that need to be logged in were Nestor and well, it's user. So in fact, I'll just grab the full name of the user if it lets me edit later. Uh, and those were active users. Yeah, so they were way down here. Actually, now I won't be able to see them because I've added 390 users here from another class. Okay, so it's in the slide anyway. Yeah, and it's in company portal app users, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, this one. Okay, so Megan and Nestor. So we have logged in from one machine from Megan and other machine from Nestor. I think Windows 10 here was Nestor. So we're just going to confirm that. And user equals Megan, right? So once these users are first time, after formatting, the first time when you log in, you have to log in from these users. So what will happen is, and what will happen is this, which was in the,
We
the
we
diagram.
we took one each, by the way.
Yeah, took one each, by the way. Exactly, we did. But yeah, so what will happen is as soon as the user logs in first time, then it will register in Azure. Azure, we actually confirmed last time in Azure, this device and this device, it was showing or not, so we're going to confirm now as well. And then we were trying to confirm if in Azure they were configured, are they configured in Intune? Not only that they are configured in Intune, then then it goes here, did the compliance policy kick in? And if it did kick in, then did the configuration profile kick in? And then we need to know that um, are they, and that is obviously the green one, are they compliant? So that word, so compliant means what? There are like how many? There are like um, maybe we can say at least 30 plus policies here, and there are 70 plus, I think, good 180 or 90 plus policies here, 70 plus settings here, 70 plus. So the machines have implemented these settings from compliance policy, and the machines have to have been implemented 70 plus policies, whatever we enabled actually. So there is also, remember that there is not configured. We left those, right? Not configured policies. So this means that obviously whatever is not configured will not be implemented, but there were many that were configured by Microsoft and then configured by us as well. So it's not like all 70 plus policy. Yes, if we enable every policy, yes, then that would be a lot of things to implement. But from there, excuse me, I had gone for what I implemented was what I showed you just now. It is this, what I implemented was just a few of those. So this is configuration profile. Yeah, this is configuration profile. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Few from the 5, because within the 5 there were so many other settings. I just clicked few of them for the lab which we needed, and for production environment which we this for the production environment which were recommended. And we can implement here in virtual machines, right? If we had actual laptops, no problem, then it would have been a bit more policies. So whatever we not have left, those obviously will not be implemented. So overall, what I can say is maybe we're implementing 25 to 30 settings in total combined from compliance policy and configuration profiles, although they have lot more settings. But can we implement that? Should we implement that? Those were the points that we discussed in the last class. That's now let's go to the client side. I'm gonna go and enable Windows 10 and 11, and we're gonna check that first of all, these machines are connected to Azure, then these machines are in Intune, and then compliance policy has been implemented and configuration profile has been implemented. And the final thing, did this happen, right? Are they compliant, right? So this has to be, if we reached this, then obviously this means that we can say basic Intune setup is there. You can see how much effort we had to go through, and this is basic Intune infrastructure has been configured then, right? One more thing that I need to add here as well is, and this is the very crucial part of it, which is also in the checklist that I created just now, company Intune, company app. This is a must-have thing, obviously. It just like Exchange server has Exchange Online has a client called what is the client of Exchange Online? Anyone knows? Client of Exchange. Anyone knows? Client side of Exchange. Exchange is a server side, right? What is the client side of Exchange Online? Teams, right? Hmm? What is it? Anyone in the chat?
Teams is an app, right? Just for the chat apps. How can I go to Exchange? They look like
So
they have the client side. It's a server versus. I believe the
no.
Outlook is not a related to Exchange or just a Teams.
Hmm?
Look like Outlook on the
Yes, it
client.
is Exchange Online server side, and its client side is Outlook. Okay, so in Intune, we have configured server side. Its client side is this Intune company portal app, right? And you will see that how central it is and how much help it gives in troubleshooting as well when we are stuck. And we'll be stuck because it's a live lab, so definitely we'll be then looking for it. So this is the client of Intune, and you must have it in all Windows, iOS, and Android devices. And obviously, we're going to go to those areas as well, and we're going to check it out. So let's go for, so now here we have checked, okay, compliance policy is in place, configuration profile is in place. Let's start this. I'm going to start the Windows 10, 11, and then let's see that what are the names of those Windows client windows, and then are they registered in Azure? Okay, Rafael has a question in the chat. Do we have a list of checklists of mandated policies that must be implemented in a production environment? I observed we implemented some and also skipped some. Yeah, even in production environment, we skip a lot actually, because we can't just possibly implement everything. There are some policies, according to some companies, they don't want a few of the side of policies. Some companies want very strict configuration. Some companies want medium, excuse me, level configuration. Some companies want totally lenient policies. My company, in fact, is towards lenient, in the mid of lenient and a bit more strict. But we're not on. When I was in bank, we at that time we had SCCM. So yes, it was the strictest policies. So then we had implemented so much, and at even that time we did not implement a lot. I mean, we left a lot of. So it's your choice. It's you as an administrator need to be going through everything. I told in previous class as well, me and my junior administrator, we spent like 1 hour on compliance policies, should we implement or not, and 1.5 hour on configuration profile policy settings, what should we implement and why, and what should we implement, not implement, and why not, right? So you have to go through and discuss and brainstorm everything. In terms of the question that do we have Microsoft mandated policies, there are recommendations always, and the best recommendation will come from where? Okay, one of the best I can say recommendations, and we should follow up with that. And Sal knows that too. Uh, One of the best recommendations come from, for in terms of policies, recommendations of
Mhm.
policies. Where is it coming from? You have to let me tell you. Where are the best recommendations coming from for Intune? Not only Intune, Exchange, Active Directory. Best recommendations coming from. Tell me. CIS.
Yeah.
So
I think I
CIS.
uploaded that for everybody.
Exactly. Sal uploaded that for everybody, and that was very useful. That is very useful. So CIS benchmark. If you want, hey, how should I configure security for Azure? Go for CIS benchmark. It's a free user account. Go ahead and create that. For Exchange Online, what are the best recommendations for pretty much all the products, IT products, AWS, Google Chrome, and you name it. And the best security experts across the planet are running this. And actually, the company that audits us every 2 year, the security company that audits us, and that is a international level company. Uh, so we checked how they are auditing us. Yes, they have very good security experts, and they were actually auditing us with a style of hacking. They were trying to hack us from outside. They are experts. But what their benchmark was CIS benchmarks. And CIS benchmark, suppose if I go for that, one more thing about it, CIS benchmark for suppose Azure. So there was level 1, and then there was 2, 3, I think 4. For some it is 5, 6, 7 as well. But we requested that, hey, so 1 would be lenient, 2 would be a bit stricter, 3 would be much stricter. If there's 4, then even much stricter, right? So we requested them, hey, go for level 1, check for level 1, settings in the benchmark, security settings, and compare us with that. Excuse me, because 2 and 3, I went through that too, and I told them that that director that what kind of configurations are there, and the director said that no, our organization is not very, very security sensitive, so we're not going to go that strict on our users. But yeah, whatever was recommended. So go ahead and just simply create a. So go ahead and create a free user account there and put it in your resume as well. You know about CIS benchmark, which is just security recommendations that everyone follows for all IT products. So you just check your IT product and go for security recommendations according to that. Okay, so then the next question is that was Raphael. So next, Kamaraj. After initial device enrollment of Windows 10 11 with startup compliance policy and configuration profile, can we add more? Oh yes, can we add more policy and configuration in the future? So that's a very good question. What we implemented was this, and if we go there. So if I go to devices and then I go to compliance policies, we can and configuration policies, so profiles. So one policy from compliance policy I implemented, one configuration profile from I think 10 or 11 configuration profiles I implemented. If I just go inside compliance policy here, and there's one policy here, but if I go to create policy, so it just shows me you want to create a policy for Android, you want to create policy for Linux, Mac OS, 10 and later, 8 point. So if I go to 10 and later, I already created one, but can I create more? In terms of compliance policy, I can create another policy which would be different from this one, right? But it's just same set of settings from which we gone through for this policy. Suppose you want another set of settings for another set of machines, maybe another branch, maybe just for SMT, which is senior management team, maybe just for developers. In fact, for developers, we had to create a separate set of policies which were more lenient because developers need to install many software while end users are not allowed to install any software, right? So compliance policy, we can, if we want to create a separate set of policies, yes, you can go for that. Um, And then if we go for configuration profile, so here configuration profile is, yes, here you can create another policy which different where different settings are enabled for endpoint protection. But let me show you, as we discussed last time as well, that there are long list of policies here, right? So any one of those you can apply in future. So in fact, we have like one endpoint protection in our company, which is this one. Then we created identity protection. I think then we created device restrictions as well. And from administrative templates, actually from custom, and both administrative templates and custom, we created three from here, I think, and two or three from here. Administrative. So yes, you can keep on adding policies here for the same machines for which you have added the first policy. It just makes try to make the life easier for the users plus secure. But the main rule here is, or the rule of thumb is, security and ease of use do not go along. They do not. So if you want something secure, users have to go through some pains to gain security, right? It cannot be that, oh, user can do anything and everything and we are fully secure as well. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So anyway, but the thing is, yes, we can add more policies here anytime we want and implement it on the client. Okay.
So anything on default policy, whenever you can start or you can implement or some default policy, the lenient one, and you can go furthermore for security side.
Yes. So that could be an approach where some companies go for the best and the hardest. Obviously, we first test it, but some companies go for first lenient and then harder,
Yeah.
according to the awareness of the users. We went for whatever policies we went for. We first made all users aware of some of the processes that will change, or some of the day-to-day tasks that they were doing, the way they were doing. If there's a change, then we would first make them aware that this is the new process for what you were doing here, 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 and here.
Mhm.
If it was just a background implementation of security, we don't need to tell them anything. So yeah, whatever affects their day-to-day work, we have to tell them. And we went for one out policy that we have maintained till now. And some companies go lenient and then hard as well. So it's approach, yeah,
So we just follow the
hmm
industry
best
means the
practices.
values like a standard industry standard, like we go for this is a checklist. Okay, this is standard work. We can follow this one. If you need
Exactly.
further, we can go for the next one.
Exactly, yes. And we have the CIS benchmark for that.
Yeah, I'm already done the username password. I'm already done this one.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, then there's
Yeah, excuse me.
Kamaraj question, then Charles question. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I am sorry to seek a bit of clarification because I'm a bit confused here.
Mm-hmm.
My company, we moved to full autopilot just about a month ago.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
the way we started, we were asked to generate a CSV file from all the devices that we needed to add. So using
Mm-hmm.
a script,
Yeah,
a PowerShell script. So when we
yeah.
generated the CSV file, we now added the CSV file in Intune. Then after that, reset the laptop and it automatically points to autopilot. Now, my question is this. I know we're using
Mm-hmm.
VM now to do this.
Yeah.
Is it because those laptop were adding their old laptop or old devices that we are adding to Intune that we're generating CSV file? Or under what condition do we generate a CSV file for it to point to autopilot? I
Why
don't know
are
if
we
you get my
creating virtual
question.
machines? Yeah, so at the end
You
you
know,
said
why
that
are we
why.
creating CSV file? CSV file, yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. CSV file is just for the list of the machines, because the Intune, in your case, in your company, is configured in a way that, hey, if you provide a list of machines and in the CSV file, so Intune is configured to read from the CSV file the name of the machines and simply put them on autopilot. So when we are going to do autopilot, I'll show you one by one. But with CSV also,
Okay.
if suppose there's a always, if it's a big company and there's always 5 or 6 to 10 or 20 machines always there that need to be autopilot, so it's better to give CSV in that case. So
Uh,
if there's a more machines are coming from time to time.
So
So
here the
yeah,
CSV quick question, that this the Microsoft, I'm working with the Cisco side, the Cisco CSV, like we can download first export and import. If you do some changing on the cloud side, you just import a licenses wise, device wise, anything, the true, the false, for the true, and you can upload and then they configure automatically. Is the same
yep,
thing here in Microsoft also? Can you download the CSV and then you can
yeah.
changing the privileges and changing the licensing and you can upload, import again, export and
Yeah,
import?
so CSV is just here to read from it the names of the machine or licenses or something that is large in number
Mm-hmm.
or more that you don't want to type yourself. Then
Mm-hmm.
you just put it in CSV and tell the script to read from it instead of me typing one name, second name, third name, fourth name,
Mm-hmm.
fifth name. So it's like that. CSV is only
Like
used for that
like
purpose.
a bulk update or bulk
Exactly. That's
implementation.
it.
That's why they use the CSV file.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Part of our
So,
Azure course.
mhm. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully that's a question. I still see some more questions there. We'll just so yep, that was uploaded as a file for everyone last month. CS benchmarks, and Becker says, do we have different policies for different group of users? For example, kiosk users might be getting most restricted policy. So then you have to create a security group separately and put those users there and so see this, create profile here and go for Windows 10 and later and go for templates, and there is kiosk. So when you're configuring kiosk policy here, so whichever user, so suppose I go for test here and then go next, and then you configure start a single app, full screen kiosk, multi-app. So suppose it's a single app there. So some of the configurations are only there. Suppose you, okay, I have to configure something here. Suppose this, it goes up and more. Once we reach this assignments, who to apply on. So yeah, just add one user, because in kiosk it would be one user count from which everyone will log in. Suppose you create a user account called company name underscore public at your companyname.com. So just put that username there. All the policies will implement on that one username, and you will log in from that username from that public machine, and that's it. So yeah, you can implement that on that one user. Or suppose you have 20 kiosks across the building, somewhere across the hall, across the conference hall. So uh, in that case, all those 20 users will be added to a security group. Security group will be added here, and whatever policies you configured here will be implemented. Okay, so here, and then there's a question, font size. So font size in Intune, we can deploy from Intune to all thousands of machines. Just kidding. Okay, so yeah, here I'll just go for, yeah. Now let's go for the checklist. I'm just going for this. Third questions were very interesting, and keep them coming. Uh, was that security group added to a Intune compliance policy and a configuration profile? Yes, it was. And then, did we confirm from Windows 10 and 11 that we entered the Intune ready users the first time? So yeah, let's go to Windows 10 and 11 and try to open them. Last time Windows 11 did not go as planned, but Windows 10 was okay for me. And one user was taken up by, I have two users. One user was taken up by Sal on his side, and one user was taken up
Yeah.
by me.
So
I
that
think
was
I went for
Nestor here,
10.
Megan, and I've already installed company portal app.
Okay, so I'm Megan.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay.
no
Yeah.
problem.
No, did I log in from 10 last time or 11? So I think I logged in from
No,
10 because
10.
11
We still never,
11 did not work.
so again, I didn't watch the video, but I think we didn't do anything with Windows 11
No,
yet.
no, we did not. I'm just saying asking about login.
We
Okay.
didn't do anything with Windows 11.
Yeah, Windows 11 did not work for me the way I wanted to work, but 10 worked. So
Yeah,
guys, yeah, okay, thank you.
but I
Yeah.
think we're still in the midst of at the country and region, and then we stopped it from there.
Yeah, because
Unless
we
you guys,
didn't
I
have
didn't watch
time
the
at that
video
time.
last week. Again, I just don't. I'm just remembering what we did, but there should not be a Windows 11 device on your
Yeah. So
setup.
exactly, yeah. So the recap is that what happened on the grounds. Wow. What happened on the ground level is I logged in
So,
from Windows 11. It did
yeah.
not work as expected, but I
Mhm.
logged in from Windows 10 and it worked. And I think I logged in from, it's not think, I'm just going to confirm that now. So Megan is what I logged in from Windows 10. So it went as planned, which means that the Windows were formatted and Windows were asking for a username for the first time. So when I logged in from Nestor from Windows 11, it actually still asked for creating a local account. I was not expecting that. And second thing was that it was enterprise. Actually, I have enterprise at Office and it works fine. So something didn't work with 11, but with 10, what happens is that when I logged in from Megan, yes, it registered this machine with this user and logged in from this user. It did not ask to create 10, did not ask to create a local account as well. 11 asked me to create a local account, which actually, just simply destroyed my configuration. So I'm gonna just simply format the 11 and create 11 again and check that what went wrong later. But here in 10, I am successfully logged in the first time from Megan username. Let me check it's Megan or not, because then I'll start showing you more configurations here. So I'm just going to go to CMD and type a command called who am I? CMD. Oh, okay. Yeah, MD. Wow, it just took MD. CMD. So yeah, it's like Mars. I'm typing and after a second it types. Okay. And then I'll type who am I?
Hi.
Who,
In my case, I have a question.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, in my case, I was able to, my Windows 11 was working completely fine. I was
Mm-hmm.
able to log in via Nestor,
Mm-hmm.
Nestor,
Okay,
and
good.
but my Windows 10, it was not, I was not able to log in because it was the local administrator was
Yeah.
enabled.
Oh,
So
oh,
I don't know.
sorry, guys. Sorry, Fawzia, thank you for actually confirming that. I
Yeah.
also have exactly the same thing. My 10 did not work. Actually, sorry, guys, my 11 worked. So it's the
Yes.
other way around. And yours
Yeah.
is also, you're confirming. Thank you very much for confirming that.
Yes.
So yes, Megan, I'm logged in from Megan from 11. So 11 actually worked. And 10 actually asked me for creating a local admin. So this means 10 would have been configured some other way as well. So I'll just simply change that. Thank you for confirming this. So yeah, we're gonna go with 11 then. I just mixed up that. So
So
11 is good guy and 10 is a bad guy right now.
hold on, but I'm on a
Yeah.
Windows 10 that works,
Okay, and 11?
right? For this launch.
You don't have 11, right? Oh, you just launched. Okay. So okay. So in my case, so Sal has 10 working.
Yeah, I'll be
I
using
have
Windows
11
11
working.
I'll be using Windows 10.
Okay, sure. So Sal is using 10 and Raphael says my 10, 11 work. Wow. Vijay says, oh, 10, 11 both work. So Raphael and Vijay, 10 and 11 both worked. I mean, when we say work, this means that it should log in. Megan should log in or Nestor should log in from the account the first time after formatting, and it should just simply. So there are medals being put on
Oh yeah.
for Vijay and Raphael. Definitely.
Round of applause.
Exactly.
Yeah, for 10, it is
Okay.
asking the Fausia
Admin.
admin and that,
Yeah.
that
Yeah. This.
password. So
Yeah. We need to T-shoot because we were not expecting that, and it never asked me, even in the previous class, when previous course we had that. So it could be that user. Oh, guys, everyone used Nestor for 10, or maybe you used Megan for 10 and Nestor
I
For
for.
this,
used Megan for 10 and Nestor for 11, and
Okay, so
I'm
it's
able to
Windows. Mhm.
log in with
doesn't matter.
11 Nestor.
No, it
It
could
it
be a user configuration. I was trying to sign out
it
from
doesn't
that.
matter. But in our lab, Amir, we're using Windows 10 for Nestor and Windows 11 for Megan.
Yeah,
So
we
we
are
have
exactly.
best of both worlds.
But
It's up it's up
how is
to the
it best of
students
both?
here. Well, because you got Windows 11 and 10, you got two different operating systems,
Oh,
right?
okay. It's operating system
Two
wise. Okay.
different
Yeah.
issues. Two
No.
different issues, right?
Why
If
did
the
I
issue
ask for?
happens on one,
Why did I ask for Nestor and Megan? Just to
because it was an
clarify
issue
that
on your end.
the user side is not the issue, it's the client side. But why client side?
Okay.
Because it worked for Rafael and Vijay as well. And for you as well, 10 worked.
Yeah,
Anyway, we're
it
gonna
doesn't
T-shoot
matter
that.
who you
Yeah.
use, right? But as long as it's a user that's in your group, in your security group.
Yeah. No, it can be from anywhere. So we have to strike out things, right? One by one.
Yeah.
And we have to
Yeah.
be very, very one by one, we have to do that. Okay. And we have to be logical, and we cannot sign out anything without testing and checking. Okay,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
here, yeah. So I'm gonna go for Windows 11. Basically, we're still gonna go ahead and we're gonna check all this. So did the Windows 11 in my case, and Windows 10 and 11 for Rafael and Vijay's case, and Windows 11 in Fauzia's case, and for Sal, it's Windows 10. So in that case, did it connect, showed up under the user in Entra ID? Oh, what is that? I think we all know, right? What is, so let's go check in Entra ID now, the Entra ID that, and go to user in Entra ID, Megan, in my case, and check that this machine's name is showing in the devices area under Megan's account. So I'm gonna first check if this machine is registered to Megan in Microsoft or Azure Active Directory, or the new name is Entra ID. Old name is Azure AD. We have to get used to it. Microsoft made a big change after a long time, so we need to get used to it. Okay, I'm going to go to Entra ID and check that if the device Windows 11 is registered under Megan's name in Entra ID or Azure Active Directory. So where is it? I'm going to go there, and first I'm in M365 Admin Center. Then I'm going down to identity. Even they removed, so they did not put even Entra ID here, and they removed the Azure Active Directory, obviously. So I'm going to click identity here, which used to be Azure Active Directory, and then it shows Entra ID here. So first it shows the screenshot for all device. Oh, there are so many devices there. Alan Reed in Intune. Why? Did you log in, Fauzia, from other users from these devices as well?
No, these are, I think, the old ones, the old machines. I only log in via Megan Brown and Nestor.
Good.
But
Okay, so
as you
there,
can see,
yeah.
These are all machines.
Mm-hmm.
Megan Bowen is not. I
Okay.
mean, these are
Good.
old.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
When? Okay, previous
These
classes,
are
previous
previous
labs. Yeah,
classes. Yeah.
yeah.
previous labs.
Good.
Okay.
You should
Yeah.
have
Only the
5
new
machines.
ones
Mm-hmm.
are the dates like the number one and the number last. These
Mm-hmm.
two are the
Windows 10 and 11. Okay, cool. I reboot my device. Let me. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go to all users. And in all users, I'm going to go to Megan username and Megan Bowen, and then I'll click that user, and you can see on the left side there's devices here. So if I go to just devices that are registered to Megan, so yes, there is a Windows device that is registered to Megan. You can also see that it has joined Microsoft Entra, or it used to say Microsoft Azure AD or AAD joined. It used to say that. Um, and then you can see compliance is no. So we're gonna fix that obviously because all the compliance and policy and configuration profiles are saying this. But we're gonna go step by step, guys. We're not gonna jump ahead. We're gonna understand all the steps why we're doing what we're doing. So Vijay has also shared his in WhatsApp his and he has Vijay E, Nestor, Wilk, and Megan Bowen. Wow, amazing. So Vijay, what is that Vijay E device? Is the third one that you have, or is it your laptop or something? And why would your laptop be? Yeah, laptop.
I think it's from my old previous setup.
Oh yeah, old
Yeah.
classes. Okay, cool, cool. That's great. And then Fauziya shows Megan Bowen two different devices. I think was it you also logged in from other device as well? You tried to log in from 10 and 11 both with Megan Bowen as well, right? So that's why it got registered. Both devices got registered.
Yeah, but with 11, I mean, Nestor is compliant with 11.
Compliant,
Yeah, I mean, the Nestor, I can log in with
it's
Windows
registered
11.
with Azure. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is,
Okay.
that's the green compliant. But Megan, it's like it's saying not compliant.
So, Fauziya, is Windows 11 having Megan account logged into it?
No, it has Nestor account.
Okay, so you're gonna work with Nestor and Windows 11. Okay, got it. Cool. So yeah, let's keep working on that. And we have then someone rebooted their machine. Oh, okay, thank you. So now let's go for um so first thing confirmed here, and we're trying to understand each and every step what we're doing. In my case now, what happens is I'm just gonna change that checklist because obviously according to the response from Windows, checklist will have to be changed. Did we confirm from Windows 10 11 that we entered the Intune ready users the first time? So in my case, I'll just write it anyway. Megan user logged in successfully from Windows 11 and registered this machine to um, Entra ID, Microsoft Entra ID, previous Prev Azure AD. I'll still keep on writing that so we will have everything in perspective. Okay, so this is the state. Now the next thing in the checklist is, that would be once logged in from Windows 10 11, did we install Intune company app? So those who are successful with two windows and one window, we're gonna leave that window which asked for a creation of local admin. We don't need that. Uh, we can work on that too, but that would not be a professional setup. So we have to better just format that and let the user log in first, and only the end user should be able to log in, not asking for a local admin account, right? So something went wrong there. But here I'm going to go with the Megan user and Windows 11, and you can also go for whichever user is working for you with whichever Windows. Now, next thing is once logged in from Windows 10. Now that's not entirely great because we have to first do some Windows prep. It's a VMware virtual machine. Excuse me. So let's prep VMware virtual machine because this has nothing to do with company environment where there are physical laptops that you need to put this thing, right? So, okay, there's another picture actually showing, well, just showing Nestor is having a one Windows registered. What? It's compliant as well with Intune? Oh, okay. So we're gonna go through that as well because I need to show you a lot of other things, but it just went compliant right away. Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go one by one, step by step. So let's prep our VMware virtual machine. How? This is very simple. This is virtual machine specific, has nothing to do with company laptop configurations. What is that? Let's quickly install VMware tools, right? Without that, it's not gonna really work. In a laptop, you don't have to do that, obviously. But it's let's quickly install VMware tools. And I'm gonna be then going for the virtual machine Windows 11, and I'll
And
be
I got
installing
mine in.
VMware tools. Yeah.
I got mine installed already, just to let you know.
Okay. Way to go. Thanks. Okay. Oh man,
Waiting for you.
what was the password? Megan. Okay, Zaz 60325. I don't think it's gonna. Will it copy? Nah, will it paste? Okay. Zaz and 60325. 60325. Okay. And once we log in, oh, I think I installed member tools already because the whole screen is, big. Otherwise, it takes very small screen. Or maybe I'll just check that now. Yeah, reinstall means it's already installed. So we're good with the VMware tools. Now we're going to go for, so that is done. I think all that is done. Let's go for next steps. And that is install Intune Company Portal app, which is very, very, very critical. Okay. So do we have internet connection? And then, so I'm logged in from Megan Bowen. What is my Intune status right now? Not Active Directory. It is registered with Active Directory, but what is my Intune status for Windows 11 with Megan Bowen user, right? So if I go ahead here, okay, it says not compliant to me. If I go to Intune itself, where's Intune? Yeah, okay, Intune is somewhere here. Yeah, so if I go to Intune, this is Enter Admin Center. I think I went back
Are
to,
both
I'm gonna go for
devices showing in
and
there, by
manage.
the way?
Well,
Both mine and yours, just to make sure.
yeah, so I'm gonna go for Nestor then, just to confirm that. Although it
Yeah.
went rogue, so not
I
really.
logged in, so I just want to make sure that all your devices
Nestor, Wilk, and devices. Yeah, so it's registered and non-compliant.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
cool.
That's right.
Okay, so what I wanted to confirm was the status of Intune from my okay, there's another picture on WhatsApp, and it says compliance in grace period. Okay, cool. Yeah, there are students in several stages. Okay, here I'm just trying to take you guys to all the steps that need to be confirmed before you go ahead with because the processes in the background will keep on working, right? So I'm going to go for Intune status. So devices, Windows, and in the Windows, I see Megan's device. So yeah, I see Megan's device and it's still not evaluated, and Nestor's device is non-compliant, right? So both devices are in Intune, Azure Active Directory, as well as Intune. That's check. Okay. In fact, once logged in from blah 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 Intune. Before that, um, do both. So this checklist, you should also, if you're implementing Intune in your company, so just go through the checklist, initial checklist that is for the first user. So do both machines, 10 and 11, 10/11, show up in Enter ID Entra ID and Intune, no matter what the status is. Suppose sometimes the error is there, non-compliant is there, not evaluated status is there, but do they show up initially? So both machines show up regardless of the status, right? So suppose the machine don't even show up, then you have to troubleshoot again what's going on. But machines must show up, then we can troubleshoot the next steps. Okay, why now the status is whatever the status is, unless it is compliant already, then we're good. Okay, that's done. Yes, they do both show up, so I'm gonna put it green. Now let's just install company portal app. In my case, it's the 11. In your case, it's gonna be whichever operating system is working. I'm gonna go quickly to my 11 and Megan Bauer. Okay, see this? Megan Bowen, when we logged in last time, so we just kept on logging in, it started process. I was telling at that time as well, it's gonna stop at Windows Hello. And Windows Hello is all about biometrics and PIN, right? So let me add that process to it, that Windows Hello. So when the Entra ID user logs in for the first time from Windows OS, it will stop at Windows Hello. Now your strategy. Now, remember, guys, we could have removed Windows Hello from uh, by our compliance policy or within our configuration profiles. We would have just removed it. That I don't want Windows Hello, right? Or even before that. But we want Windows Hello because it offers either PIN for the user or biometric credentials, right? Um, do you want that? So my company policy, and it could be, strange for others, but we don't want any user to use biometrics. Although it's more secure, yes, but we don't want it for our own reason. I was told that from previous director that this is our company policy that if the user is going away, it's the offboarding process is painful. We have other security mechanisms enforced, so we don't need biometrics. But yeah, I could talk to my director again that, hey, should we put that back? Offboarding then becomes painful. The user has to be there, and it's after COVID, users just don't prefer to be in the office, and many times we have to work everything remotely. So even remotely, we can format their thing. Uh, Although, yeah, if there is biometrics, we can still format. So yeah, this is something that I will put to my director again. What is the reason now that we are not going for biometrics? Anyone in your company, if you in your company you have biometrics enabled for company-based devices? Is it yes or no?
Good question. I remember
So,
fingerprint,
so you don't.
thumbprint,
Oh, okay.
sign in.
Vijay says
That's
yes.
about it.
No, so you do, Sal, do you use in your company
Thumbprint, man.
thumbprint? So you are allowed biometrics. Okay. Vijay says yes. Hey, Rafael, is your company allowing biometrics, either Face ID or thumbprints? And anyone else? Because yeah, you know what? We should be doing that. I don't see any reason why we're not doing this. In fact, one new user last week, she enabled biometric, and then I said, "Oh, it's not a company policy." And then I was thinking, "Hey, why is it not a company policy?" Okay, so anyway, yeah, once logged in,
Biometrics, you
yeah,
mean by eye and thumb, right?
yeah. So Face ID and thumbprint or fingerprint.
Yeah, thumbprint and eye, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, in Terminator 2, so Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger
true.
takes out the eye of the scientist, and then ooh, that was scary. Anyway, so
Red
yeah,
eye.
once logged in from Windows 10 11, did we install Intune Company app? Let's do that now. But there are some, policies. Oh, sorry, Windows Hello. So let's give a pin. I have put the pin in the configuration profiles as 8 numbers. We can also go for alphanumeric pin as well, right? So it's up to you. I'm gonna go for hello. First of all, press OK. And obviously, this is not a physical laptop, it's a virtual machine. So I will skip that fingerprinting thing and or Face ID, and I'll go for just the pin. But if it was a laptop, yeah. Oh, okay. Now I understand some of the older laptops we had, they did not have reliable biometric and there were issues there, right? So that's maybe the reason. Now we have all the latest laptops, so I should push for that. Okay, I'll make a note of that somewhere. hmm Okay, so it's asking for your organization needs more. Okay, this means it's asking for MFA. It's all Windows Hello is for credentials, right? So which credentials or which type you are okay with? We're about to be signed out. Windows will shut down in 10 minutes. Shutdown will start on Saturday, October 14th. Are you what? Maybe it's expired. Should not have waited 1 week for this lab, but it expires in 1 week. No biometrics in my company, was having trouble with my internet, but okay. Oh, okay, sure. Rafael says in the chat. Okay, so here, guys, I'm gonna go for 647-554-9446. I don't know why it's stopping. So text me a code. It's saying I'm gonna go next here and just set up that MFA 332-344-332-344. Guys, did it ask for MFA for you when you were logging in? And did
I
you
had to
set up
reboot
MFA?
my computer.
Oh, okay.
My VM,
SMS.
sorry, not my VM. I had to reboot it. So did you go into settings and set this up yourself?
No, this is by default coming to me. Oh yeah, Vijay
By
also says he
default.
had to set up MFA, so this is good. Yeah, this is by default. It asks, and it's a good security mechanism, and none of the users should be without 2FA or MFA.
One, two,
Um,
okay.
mhm.
I
What?
think so nowadays is a necessary everything a
Yeah,
multi-factor authentication.
Yeah, not
yes,
2FA.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So everyone has. Some people now understand what is MFA, so I just wanna make sure there's some the right is multi-factor authentication.
Okay, so there's the new pin as well, and I'm gonna go for something easy. Hopefully, I remember 88888888 Morse code. Okay, 88
Great in
88
China.
88 88. And we can also include letters and symbols, right? So I'm just preferring the number. Otherwise, you can have alphanumeric
What was your
as well.
compliance set at? 8 or 10? What did we set it at? The compliance for PIN
It was 8
or
numbers
password.
or characters, and
Yeah, what
a
was it?
pin should be popping up in the compliance. Actually, it was a confusion profile. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We did create it, but what did we set it up as a maximum? 8?
No, not maximum. Minimum was 8. Yeah.
Minimum was 8. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna press OK. Provide a pin.
See,
Compliance complexity policy. Okay. Yeah, it cannot be
did
just
you
8.
did you put complexities?
Yeah. Actually, this is
Yeah.
coming by default.
Mm.
I did not make it at least lenient. So
Mhm.
and I did not make it. Yeah, actually, I didn't make compliance because there were so many policy nights last week. So I just enabled password and enabled a PIN and complexity. Many policies got enabled just by enabling one option, right? So one of
Mhm.
those would be complexity as well. So hey, do we have complex numbers? Yeah, okay, I'll think of it. What's going on? Yeah. So 138008831. Okay, I'll just do that. 138008831 and 138008831. I hope it's okay with that. Yep. Okay. 13800. Oh man, I need to write somewhere. Okay. 138000381. Mine is 138008831. Pen for 11. Okay. Okay. So Windows Hello does come. You don't wanna remove this one because the users have to input their PIN. And if biometrics is allowed, obviously users have to put biometrics there. Actually, I disabled my biometrics. That's why it did not come, because otherwise I have to cancel it first. So many of the settings at that time we were discussing and enabling and disabling, and I was giving a reason as well. But it did not come that it normally asks for a fingerprint. So it didn't ask for that because I think I disabled it because of what I had in my mind as per our company policy. But that's what I'm going to talk about on Monday to director. Hey, how about enabling biometrics? Why are we not doing that? Okay, guys, so here, hey, you can see this encryption needed is popping up here right away, which means that BitLocker policy is um, trying to implement. So as soon as I logged in, see this, it's very small right now. Your encryption needed. Your work or school requires this device to be encrypted. Select this notification to encrypt this device. So that's it's showing, which is good. I think it showed to all of us. And now it pops up to, are you ready to start encryption? Disk encryption software other than BitLocker or Windows device encryption.
I didn't see that yet.
Well, yeah, it might pop up later or early. Sometimes it actually does not pop up, then we do it manually. And then I'll show you after this how to do manually as well. In our devices, this happened on large scale. So majority of the devices got that encryption and it actually automatically did that. But some we had to remotely connect.
I
Okay.
didn't get any of your policies yet. I just thought I'd let you know. That's all.
Okay. Good. Thank you. So this encryption software other than BitLocker or Windows device encryption will prevent Windows from starting after you encrypt your device. If this happens, you will need to reinstall. So it's just saying that, hey, suppose you have McAfee or any other non-Microsoft disk encryption product, then it will not go along with BitLocker, obviously. So make sure that you remove any other third-party disk encryption software and then install that. So now it just asks, yeah. It just asks, I don't have any other disk encryption software installed, encrypt and all my disks. Yes, so here we don't have any non-Microsoft encryption products, so I'm just going to select that. If it comes up, whenever it comes up, so just say I don't have any other disk encryption software, so go ahead and encrypt. And I'm going to press yes here. Now, this is obviously something that the end user, in a big environment, you have to do this silently, like just encrypt the disk instead of asking, right? This comes in autopilot, where you can suppress a lot of, um, you know, prompts there that, hey, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you? So end users should not be worried about, and end user will be asking then, hey, what is this? So let me just make this screen bigger because now the disk encryption is going on and there's another prompt now. Yeah, starting BitLocker. This is a virtual machine. I hope it successfully does it. Hey, Vijay and Rafael, did you see the BitLocker prompt and was it successful? Okay, there you go. There's my answer. BitLocker device encryption detected bootable media, CD or DVD. Yes, we do have the prompt. Okay, which it says, huh. And do you see the error as well? Then I think it's gonna come.
What?
Can you check how much your prices and your?
Holy fuck! I don't know, man. How am I gonna check? What am I gonna check?
Yeah.
What app?
Sell.
I don't have the app.
Sell. Okay. So remove the media. No notification of such in my. Oh, Rafael says. Okay. So it might pop up later, or we will have to do it soon. Windows 11 Enterprise. It's enabled for 76 days. So why is it shutting down in 2 minutes? What policy did I put that it's shutting down? Okay, anyway, remove the media and restart the computer before configuring BitLocker. Okay, so it says that in your CD DVD there's something. Remove that and then take that. So I'm just going to take that error screenshot. While it's not this, prompts are not related to So I got this error. I got this error for BitLocker, but will restart. And it's in WhatsApp now. Okay. And here as well, just for our, the more errors we know here, the better. So I'll just put that error here. And so BitLocker related error asking to remove media from DVD and restart. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just try to remove my ISO Windows 11 from the CD DVD. It's trying to restart. Okay, so Rafael says I use Embrain Barry as the user, which is okay. Um, uh, and Amanda Waters, okay, for my setup. So maybe a bit different in terms of policy, but follow the class video on to setup. Well, different users have they're all in Entra-ID or Azure Active Directory users, so they should not really matter if they have Intune license. That's the only thing required from the user, and we all know that we have E5 license, so Intune is there. That's all, and they were added to the correct group. So yeah, it's always OS side that something goes wrong. It should be okay in terms of the user. It's very less requirements on the user side. Okay, so I'm just gonna go. Oh, okay, so all done as in your video, so that you're good. No, but we're gonna confirm if BitLocker is enabled. I need to quickly remove my um, oh because it's started, so it's not letting me remove this. I need to remove this ISO because it's not liking that. Guys, one more checklist point added here, and that is this is BitLocker successfully BitLocker encryption successfully implemented. BitLocker encryption successfully implemented. So make sure it is, and I'm going to tell you then how to check that. Just go to C drive and D, or if you have D drive, actually we just have C drive and check there. So in terms of Windows Hello pin, we're done. But go for your C drive and check, right click and check if you see BitLocker there or manage BitLocker there, and is it actually enabled or disabled. But I'm going to show you once we are here. ONK. Okay, now it's restarting. In terms of 10, I will power it off and I'll add another 10. So yeah, it's restarting now, Windows 11. We haven't reached that stage, but any pop-up, any prompt, we have to understand why it came and could we have avoided that, or what to do in a production environment for that prompt, right? So, but I need to also go with you with autopilot setup that will, and then auto batch setup. So Intune is all about automations. So let's see. Wow, I was thinking what RAM I gave it. 4 GB. Yeah, that's good. I should just close all the trillion things that I've opened for. Oh, this is okay. No more Teams. Okay, we're back. Oh man, what was the password? I think I can. Oh, pin. Good. 138000831. Good. Man, it really makes the life easy. And I have in my organization, we have put the policy for renewing the pin every 1 month. So renewing a PIN and coming up with a new number is easier than going for a password with a long password history. But is it secure or not? Obviously, we have BitLocker encryption also enabled. As I mentioned before as well, in our company, the user laptop starts and user has to put BitLocker key first. So at the very start, even Windows haven't started, and before that, BitLocker key has to be put by every user. Then it stops at the PIN, and then second thing is PIN. So every user does these two authentications. And then after PIN, there is MFA. So actually it's three. So yeah, they're all used to it now. So okay, I'm logged in here. I need to make sure that first of all, any prompt comes in. Second thing, BitLocker is implemented successfully or not. This is very, very important that encryption is there. Otherwise, your data could be stolen and could be in wrong hands easily. With encryption, it's very good encryption, and if unauthorized access, unless the user has your password, username, password, and MFA, and the user somehow, a hacker somehow crossed everything. So far, no prompt, so I'm just going to go for yellow folder here, and I need to make this screen bigger, so I'm just going to right click here somewhere and go for display settings. Oh man, blue donut. Wow. Okay, let's start closing more stuff here. Wow, nice match. Okay, so what can I close here? Man, everything. Everything seems important. Ah, serious. I should get a laptop. But how can I show you then? Okay, still. While this is going on,
What do you need, Amir?
yeah, it's just thinking. Oh, now it stopped thinking. So I'm gonna right click here. Right click. Oh man, hello. Oh, now it's okay. Yeah, the machines are really slow. Yeah, so guys, what I wanted to show was if display settings, first I'm just gonna make this bigger so you could see how it's going. And then second thing is the drive encrypted? So how do we know that it's encrypted? We can go to this PC and then we can go for C drive and right click on the C drive and make sure that your drive, what is the status of BitLocker there, right? So I'm just gonna right click here again and go for show more options. It's just too slow. Show more options. And then do you see BitLocker there? I see turn on BitLocker here. So that's how you can go. If you don't see automated BitLocker, then go for this one. Turn on BitLocker. Once we click the turn on BitLocker, this is all too small. So it's then starts this and yeah, there you go. So it gives me that error again. This means my drive is not encrypted. And yes, that's a big deal. I'll go for 175. Now everything is bigger. Good. Do I save it somewhere? No, that's it. Okay. Excuse me. So guys, I right click my C drive. Does your C drive look like this? And is your BitLocker enabled? And when you try to enable it, is it giving the error? BitLocker drive encryption detected boot media in the computer. Remove the media and restart the computer. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click here. I have to shut down the Windows and then remove my ISO from the DVD, right? So I'm gonna, because Does it allow me to do that right now? I'm gonna go to settings,
So I got a
DVD.
different error than you.
Oh, what error you got?
EPM.
TPM. Okay, that
So
is
your
also
administrator
detected.
must set the allow BitLocker without a compatible TPM option. I think we ran through this issue before.
Yeah, virtual machines are not compatible with TPM.
Yeah,
So
for
there's a
Windows 10.
workaround with that. Okay.
Yes,
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
shut
That's
down.
right. There is a workaround for that.
Oh, Vijay says you can remove CD DVD drive without shutting down. Okay, too late for me, but okay. I'm gonna right click here and settings, or not too late for me, cancel, or too late for me. Okay, or
Yeah,
not
there's
too
a
late for me.
workaround for that one.
Yeah, I can actually go here and eject, right? Oh, thanks. Eject. And the seat flies in disguise after eject button clicked. Oh man, are you gonna update me today? Ugh. Oh man. Okay.
Amir, can you
Like,
go to
yep.
the endpoint protection settings for Windows 10 and later? Is additional authentication?
Where? Where? Compliance policy or configuration profile?
No, endpoint protection.
Oh, configuration profile. Okay. And endpoint
Protection,
protection.
endpoint, and then go to the
Oh,
BitLocker. BitLocker
security
settings.
center. First, I'm just
Yes.
checking from here.
Yeah.
Oh, BitLocker is Windows encryption here. So I'm gonna go to edit, configuration settings.
Mhm. And then do we set?
Encrypt devices is required as production environment.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And
And then
and
configured.
then mhm.
Do we allow TPM? Allow startup pin with TPM?
Does
Allow
it
startup pin with
show
yeah.
a
That's it.
white
That's it.
required do not allow TPM? Okay. There's this and then there's required TPM.
Yeah. So
Obviously,
from the last time we did the allow, but then there was a workaround for that.
no, actually we did not then encrypt, or the workaround is you have to go for a registry setting and then it just bypasses TPM.
So you cut off.
So it bypasses the
Hello?
TPM. Hello, guys, are you able to hear me? Testing, testing. Are you able to hear me? Testing. Oh, Vijay says yes.
Yeah, जी सुन रहे हैं हम आप.
Oh, okay. So, oh, thank you. So, guys, virtual machines don't
Hello?
have TPM. Um, so are you able to hear me? Cell? Calling
जी
cell?
हम लोग आपकी
Calling
आवाज आ
cell?
रही
Okay, so only cell has issue.
है.
Cell,
Yeah. Can you hear
others
me, guys?
can hear me.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Uh, others can hear me. T-shoot your audio side, I guess.
आवाज आ रही है.
Okay, so we got a
Can you guys hear
confirmation.
me? Yeah, I
Yes.
think I'm gonna throw. I think I'm about to throw this computer out the window.
Hey, let me know where I'll be waiting down there.
I'm good now. Okay, so quick question. So we did have a workaround for that Windows 10.
Yeah, it was a registry editing. I'm just thinking that going through all that for this would be okay or not, because I think we should be implementing encryption on virtual machine and we can go for workaround. So yeah, let's keep this allow TPM here.
Yeah, that's how it was.
And no, last time we did not implement that.
No, but
this
there is
time
a
let's
workaround
implement that.
where you're
Yeah,
where
registry
you're
edit.
actually going into the administrative templates in the local
Yeah, like
machine,
local policy, exactly.
local policy, and then it's a Windows component where we changed require additional
Yeah.
authentication to start. Let me double check my
Yep.
local policy
We just need
settings, and
to
I'll let you know.
We just need to Google it. It's there. Uh,
No, no, no. I know how to do it. It's not a problem. I
you
just need to
remember.
check.
That's good. Good, good. Okay,
I know
cool.
how to do it. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so guys, what we are thinking is, first of all, I ejected that Windows. Will it let me do encryption now? Because that was what it was saying. Yeah, it's ejected, no ISOs there. I'm gonna right click on C drive again, and I'll go for show more op. Oh, there is turn on BitLocker, right? So let's see now what error comes. I think it's gonna be TPM, but let's see. And it was for 10 last time, not 11. I'm on 11 now. BitLocker is verifying that your PC meets its system requirements. Please wait while BitLocker initializes. Oh, choose how to unlock your drive at startup. Enter a PIN recommended. Insert a USB flash drive. Let BitLocker automatically unlock my drive. Yeah, I mean, at the start of the device, that's what I was saying that we implemented. Users start their laptop and they have to enter a PIN. And then when user reaches the Windows login, they have to enter a PIN and MFA. So that's a lot of security, right? Unless after that they decide to click a link that they won $20 million lottery, right? And there you go, all security is gone. Anyway, so enter a PIN, let BitLocker automatically unlock my drive. I mean, we can choose this option as well. If I enter the PIN, it's gonna be like my company. Okay, let's feel like how users feel. So I'm just gonna go for enter a pin, and I'll just put the same pin here, 138008311380081. I think for 10 it still requires TPM. For 11 it's not, but I'm still going through the process. If it successfully ends, this means that 11 is okay.
Let you guys know.
Uh-huh. So save to your Azure AD account. So guys, this is very, 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 very important. Where do you want to save the recovery key of BitLocker? And as I said before as well, I had to face that several times that the user is at home and he or she cannot start the machine because they forgot the pin, BitLocker pin. And then I had to put the recovery key. First, I identified the user, if that's a user or a hacker. And then if it's our user, I told the user, hey, can you call your manager? And the manager can tell me. So manager knows their subordinates, right? So manager then confirms, yes, this is our user. And then I can't know all the users' voices, right? So then I would give him or her the recovery key. And then she or he could log in. So guys, save it here. Save to your Azure AD account is a must-do thing. Yes, you can save it somewhere else as well, but better Azure Active Directory or Entra ID, save it. So I'm just going to go for Entra ID, save it. That's one thing. It still says that, oh, you want to save somewhere else as well. Print the key, save to a file. Yeah, I mean, that's also good if you want. But if we have in Azure AD, that's just good enough. So I'm good with that and click next. Encrypt use disk space only, faster and best for new PCs and drives. Encrypt entire drive, slower but best for PCs and drives already in use. Yeah, so let's go faster. And next, just the data which is there. Choose which encryption mode to use. Windows 10 version 1511 introduces a new disk encryption mode, XTS-AES. This mode provides additional integrity support, but it is not compatible with older versions of Windows. So Windows 10, 1511 and onwards, right? If this is a removable drive that you're going to use on older version of Windows, you should choose compatible mode. And it's not a second drive, right? If this is a fixed drive or if this drive will only be used on devices running at least Windows 10 version 15, 11 or later, you should choose the new encryption mode. So obviously new encryption, which is better always. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna click next. Okay, run BitLocker system check. Fingers crossed. If it checks for TPM, it cannot find it, then it might give an error. Otherwise, let's see. So let's click. It's a virtual machine, right? So on a laptop, there's no such issue. Oh, the computer must be restarted. It worked on 11, so it's the 10 issue. Okay, so restart now. Yes, we need to encrypt the drive and restart. Okay, so workaround has to be done on 10. I will be formatting 10 again and putting a new, because many companies still have Windows
I
10.
got it working. Yeah?
Okay, that's great. So you have the steps you can share in the WhatsApp or
Windows
you
10
know.
is working.
Okay, so you had to go through a workaround, right?
Yeah, I have to go through that workaround. I uploaded it. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty straightforward. It's similar to our policies in
Yeah.
Intune, our endpoint protection policies. It's just you need to make sure we enable it
Yeah.
on
So
Windows 10,
if
or
you
else you're
want
gonna
to
get
share,
that
you
same
can
error.
yeah
I
share
did.
it
I
there.
did. I did.
Oh, okay.
Share
You
a
already shared.
snapshot. Yeah,
Cool.
just enable it.
Ah, thanks. Amazing. So this is for 10, right? For 11, it's working fine. Cool.
Yeah.
You have an 11 as well, right, Cell?
Yeah, I'm gonna test that out later on, obviously. But
Okay, sure.
yeah, that's no issue. I'll probably get the same problem you're getting, right?
Uh, yeah, sure. Cool. Okay. Okay, now we have, excuse me, in a Windows 10 laptop and an 11 laptop, uh, obviously encryption would not be an issue. It would just simply go ahead. See what I put there? Now I have to follow that. So pin at the start of the machine. After that, Windows will start loading, right? So 1380081. Hey, seriously? Enter? Oh, thank God. Okay. So okay. Now if I go to the checklist, so is BitLocker encryption successfully implemented on Windows 11 VM? Yes. While on Windows 10 VM, need a workaround. Okay, so this is the result of that. And since we are dependent on VMs, otherwise on laptops, this is not the case. Okay, so this means we're good. In terms of 11, I'm only working on 11 right now, but many users would have 10 as well. Okay, for Windows 10 VM when you get this error. Okay, thank you, Sal, for this. That's a great help.
So the
And
error above is the fix.
cool. And how to go there? Some users go to run and type what? So some users might not know that too.
They
So
don't know. Well, they should know.
should, but
How to
may
get to
not know.
local. It should be at the top of the title where it says local group policy editor.
Okay, so no, but you put in run and then you put .msc something, right?
There
Otherwise,
is
local
no
policy search and then just open it.
.msc. You just gotta search. You could do a search for that policy,
Okay,
local group policy, or you
cool.
can do it in command prompt.
Yeah,
Just type gpedit .msc.
yeah. Hey, so there is that .msc, right?
In
Okay.
command prompt, if the users
Yeah,
want to open up a command prompt, then
yeah,
they should be able to. You open up a command prompt, Amir?
yeah.
We'll put it in the video.
I'm putting this here. Hey,
Yeah,
it's
there you
11. But yeah, in 10,
go.
actually,
Yeah, there you
by
go.
next week I should have 10, and I'll be going through 10 as well, because many companies will have 10. Oh,
Yeah.
this is
So
not very clear.
if you
So
open the Windows a command prompt.
yeah, I will show you that now. I will show
Yeah.
this in the video as well. You're right. And but
There
the
you go. That's a better picture.
yeah, okay, and I'll just create two more slides here quickly. If you get this error in Windows 10. Then, okay, go to run or cmd and type gp added.msc and press enter. Then that's it.
So
It's the
we
next.
want the students, yeah, we want the students to make sure they're transitioning properly. So this is the way to go in there. Good. Thanks for
Okay,
helping
that's
on that.
great. Thank you
The
for
transitioning,
sharing.
especially something they're not going to see before.
Yeah. So, this
And I'll send
is
you the
kind of
what you
okay.
see, guys, in the options, in the group policy editor. So when you guys see the actual group policy, you'll see the options in the enable.
Okay. So yeah, then follow this. Okay. And thank you for this cell 13800831.
So in the local
Okay.
group
I
policy
hope.
editor,
Yep. One day it will load.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the local group policy editor, when you're opening up the group policy itself, the object, um, that object there is similar to what you're going to see in Intune. So all the options that
Yeah.
you're
It's like
choosing
group
in
policy as
endpoint
well.
protection would be similar in that
Mhm.
local group policy. So if your machine isn't set up,
GP
for that,
added. Yep.
yeah.
So that is edit group policy. And once you click that,
All right. You could do that in command prompt as
hey,
well.
this is oh, okay. You can do it in command prompt, gpedit.msc, and hey, this time I'm opening an 11. So this is for 10, but for 11 we don't need that. So that's good. They've done some improvements. This means in 11. Okay, my machine is just too slow. Even if I close all those things, mail flow. Oh, okay.
Still
I
the same thing in
had
there.
what? Even after that, the TPM is still the same.
There you go.
So guys, this happens and then you can follow the screenshot, right? All the path. Okay, so
So
this one you can just open.
yeah, so that's how you would do it, and then you would follow the actual picture setting. You'd have to
Yeah,
go to computer.
this one.
Yeah, you'd have to go to Windows components, BitLocker
Oh,
encryption, et cetera, et cetera. Okay.
hey, where's the full path? It doesn't
Picture
show here. No,
picture
I'm
shows a
seeing the
million
picture.
words. Yeah.
No,
So
Windows
if you
components
open
is
up the
where?
group policy,
Okay, so suppose somebody wants to do that.
yeah, we'll put this in the
Okay.
video. That's fine. So I'll explain everything. So what we're gonna do is open up the GP edit.msc. Right? You want to expand that. In the computer configuration, we have two different types. I'm not going to explain what a computer configuration and a user configuration is, but if we look at the computer configuration, we'd want to click on the administrative templates.
Oh yeah, that's missing in the picture. So yeah, administrative templates and then Windows components.
Windows components, right?
That's where the picture starts, right?
Yeah, we
So
could have Googled
very good.
that too, but yeah, so that's the actual
Yeah,
setting. If you
it's
guys
one
want to take
Google
a
search
picture
away.
of that, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one Google search away. If you guys want to take a snapshot of that, Amir, and we'll put it in our slides. That way,
and
and again, this is for Windows 10.
okay, when it opens one day, Monday or Sunday. Yeah, there we go. So now it's this administrative templates, then this,
And I'll give you guys like some instructions as well here. I'll get you some instructions as well too, Amir, so that way people are able to, you can copy this instructions and put this in the slide.
yep. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's get going. We have a lot to go for. Okay,
Google
so
search
when
away,
this
but
error
yeah,
comes,
that's how we would do it.
yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and now the checklist is that we want to so it's BitLocker enabled in 10, 11 it's good. In 10 there's a workaround, and C in next slides I'll just put that C. Oh, that would be inside the brackets. C in next slides. I'll put those slides there. Also, so this is done now, and these prompts will come to you in production as well, but you want to suppress them through autopilot. Yeah, that's another option. Now we're
Here, man.
down to, yep.
There's some instructions there, okay? You want to copy
Oh,
that
yeah.
and put it in your slides? I just sent it to you.
Where's the
In
instructions?
your go to WhatsApp.
Oh,
These are
I,
clear instructions, very straightforward,
okay.
very simple to
All right.
navigate.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
we'll copy that now, no worries.
And yeah, let's copy that and go ahead. We have a lot more to cover as well.
Yeah,
So,
put a new slide.
okay,
So these are the steps.
cool.
Uh,
Okay.
but divide them into steps, right? So navigate is a
Hey
second.
man, this is going too long, man. It's not a very
Yeah,
big deal. So
yeah, it's
we have
okay.
so
That
much
way
to,
we know,
so many
man.
other labs there, right?
Well, I thought you wanted it, so
Well, that's very
gave it to
good, but we could do that, but you know,
you.
but thanks for sharing that, and that's
Here you
very
go.
good.
Navigate is a second
Mm,
point. Navigate to
that's
computer
pretty good.
configuration. Second point.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's second part. Thank you, Sal.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to our stuff here. Once logged in from Windows 10, 11, did we install Intune Company app? So let's do that now. And I'm going to go to Edge. I hope it doesn't take us to the Edge with its performance. But you know, in production environment, in my company, only use I use Edge for Office. That's it. I don't use Chrome for Office because Edge is a Microsoft product, and it surprisingly really integrates with all the Microsoft products, and so much automation is there. You know, the best thing about Edge is, which I don't know why Chrome doesn't have, and that is I can use Alt Tab to switch from one tab to another. So this is an entirely different than separation of window. But if I do Alt Tab for the other one in Chrome, it just takes me, okay, do you want to go to some other window? I want to go, so you can switch tab with Alt Tab on keyboard. This is something I am so used to, that's why I find it wow. Maybe Chrome has it too, or I have to enable that. Anyway, so I'm going to go for Edge and just go ahead and simply download that. Download Intune Company app. Intune Company app. So I'm going to just press enter to that. And one day, Monday or Sunday, it's going to appear. Okay, so once that is there, okay, if that is there, instead of once that is there. So okay, so download Microsoft Intune Company Portal for Windows. I'm just gonna click that. You know, it's really, really important to have that. It's basically the client of Intune. So without the client, obviously, we know that we can't work really. Once you have installed that, you have to log in from, so yeah, that's another thing I'll just add to the checklist. Oops, okay, what is this? Where did I mess up? Yeah, here. Once installed, then it should automatically log in from the logged in user. Otherwise, we manually log in from the Entra ID user or Azure Active Directory user, right? So, and then what happens after that? Um, through via company portal app. So company app. I think I should put Intune company app so we would always have a perspective there. Intune company app tries to request Intune policies from Intune, obviously, on behalf of this user and device. So we're going to check that too, how this happens and what the process, procedures, steps. Well, it didn't go to, oh yeah, accept the cookies and or cookie monster. Okay, so then did I not click this? I'll click that again. Download the company Intune company portal app or company app. There it is. So wow, too many prompts here. Accept the cookies Intune company portal app download. There you go. Microsoft Intune company portal for Windows. Then we will be installing that same for Android devices and iOS devices as well. And I think Kamaraj has purchased older cell phones and tablets just for the Intune, or he was trying. But yeah, older is much older would not be a good idea. iPhone 8 or above, if you're going for iPhone. Otherwise, Android emulator you will find on the internet. I will show you, and you can download. Like it's an emulator; it will do what Android does on a Windows platform. So yeah, this is company portal universal production. Whoa, serious? What a long name. What the? What? What did I just download? Okay. Okay. What is this? Going to help some
Amir,
benefits manage.
just
Yeah.
download it from the app
Store.
the
This one.
store. Yeah,
Microsoft
yeah,
Store.
yeah.
No, this clearly shows Microsoft Intune company portal for Windows. What's wrong with
Just
this?
download the one
No,
from
no,
the
no. I'm gonna
store.
go for here. I'm just kidding. Okay. So yeah, here and okay, I'll go for this store, but you can also
Yeah.
check for Microsoft Store here. If you don't see in Windows 10 Microsoft Store, you can just the link actually takes us to this automatically. This is the first time I've been taken to something else. Microsoft Intune portal for Windows. This also, yeah, if I click that. Thank you, Bing. This being a Microsoft Intune company portal for Windows. Yeah, simple, right? And it should just simply work. Download. And it's AI powered now. I hope AI is not gone cuckoo. But yeah, actually, it has separated my work profile and personal profile. I use your network. Oh, it worked. Okay. There's the Microsoft Store as well. Although Microsoft Store, no, Business Store. Microsoft is actually removing some of the configurations from the store. Okay, while that is happening on the browser, the store is here, so I'll just go for Intune and yeah, Intune company portal. There it is. Okay, it also just simply download. But Rafael says what I was doing there before, it just worked, which is good. And I click that company portal and get. Get. All right. Okay. And one day, Monday or Sunday, it's gonna, so let me just then remove it from here. And you can also see that within the Bing browser, the Entra ID user is shown there because it's Microsoft product, obviously. So what method Sal is saying?
Method. Same question. I'm not sure what method he's talking about.
I'm just, I clicked it on Edge and it downloaded and it's okay for him. But for me, it just downloaded something very detailed and big, which is not
ARM file?
supposed to be the case. Yeah. So it worked, he says, and if maybe the actual portal got downloaded. Mine, I think I clicked some other link. What? Company portal? Dude. It's a very small app.
I've already installed it on ours, so I should have it there if you want to.
All
Ready
right,
to
that's
go.
great.
Now my BitLocker is working as well too.
Uh-huh. In 10, right? That's good.
Yeah. Now you need to
Install,
tell me if it shows in Azure. Right, because I need the key.
you need the key for what?
My BitLocker.
But aren't you supposed to put it yourself there?
I know. I'm joking around.
Oh,
Because you're
okay.
the administrator, right? I'm
Oh, yeah.
asking you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see if it worked. Because I used both options. I saved it to a Z drive, my in VMware. I just set up a host. Just saved it to another location, and I have it. But I'm saying, like, does it show on your end?
Oh, okay. I'm just doing this just to make the installation faster.
Yeah, while we're waiting, because this does take a while. Remember?
It did? No, it at once installs. In my company it does, but here, yeah, it's virtual machine and slow network. I think it's really painful now. So guys, let's take a break then. And at 12:14, 20, okay, there's a question. Is there no way to have the company portal added at the endpoint and have it sent to all the devices at a time, or as they are added to Intune instead of manually downloading on individual machines? Yes, yes, yes. So let me add that here. We will also, okay, that's after everything is compliant. We will deploy company portal app via Intune PowerShell scripts. Yes, we can just deploy it from Intune to devices, and it would be there. So yeah, we have done that, and it should work.
I have one quick question. All
Yep.
the licenses for the Microsoft, he works like a Cisco is like active licenses or the per
Yes.
app licenses you can use. If you
Say
download
this.
manually for each
Yep.
device, use a one app license, correct?
Yeah. So if I go for Megan, and I'll show you the license. User has to have an Intune license, basically. And if I go to Megan here, then go to licenses and app, and it's E5 actually. This is the topmost license of Microsoft with all the services. You will see here Intune already there. While we are seeing this, we're waiting for the
Am
company
I
portal
also
app.
licensed?
Yep. Definitely. The user, yeah, this is the Intune Plan 1, right? So Microsoft Intune 1 and Intune Plan 1. Actually, it's both either from E5 developer account, or you can go for Enterprise Mobility plus Security 5. If you have the Intune Plan 1, you're good. You get all the Intune features. If that is not there, yes, this user cannot really connect to, through this user, the machine cannot connect to Intune. O and K.
So my understanding is that one user added has an Intune license, so he can use all the administrator portal. There's no need for the extra licenses for the Exchange, for the SharePoint.
No. So, the same place, Exchange license is separately available. You can see that there are licenses for 77 applications there, right? So suppose it's just Intune and not Exchange, so no, user cannot use email then. If it's not Teams license, then user cannot use Teams as well. So every application, there's a separate license, or MS Office license has to be there. There are 77 applications there. So yeah, user has to have separately other license. Just Intune license does not let user use
The
anything else.
Intune just look like do you have just a hardware license to add any
Mm,
endpoint you use add for the Intune?
yeah, so if you want the user to use Intune services, which is user environment controlling plus hardware of the user, then yes, you need Intune plan. So because you deploy applications through Intune as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's not entirely hardware, it's software as well. And then you put security for the user as well as the operating system, and as well as for the application. Then you do patching for the operating system. So it's user plus OS. So Intune goes for both.
So it's not including the application licenses, just the hardware licenses for Intune. My understanding, the application like a Teams app applications or other kind of
Yeah,
applications.
exactly. You can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not as per application, it's a central dashboard for monitoring
It's
devices
very
remotely.
expensive. The company get Intune license where then assigned to the user, they have access for your
Mm,
Exchange
so
server, then the SharePoint, then the Teams,
well,
then
benefits,
AD.
and you see the benefits, right? If it is expensive, but it has a lot of benefits, and you have something better and less expensive, go for that. But majority of the medium to large size companies, even small size companies, they go for E3 or E5 license, and it's E5 license is what, $54 per user per month, or up to $78 per user per month.
Mhm.
So for company, if so many other features come that otherwise they would have to purchase separate devices for the security and for compliance, if that's all included in $78 per month per user, so they would happily give that. Uh, so yep, and it's over the cloud. They need full security, so E5 is the best
So
package.
suppose
Microsoft
there's a
Defender as
new,
well.
suppose a new onboarding employee get an E5 license, so he has a auto access for all the application, or one by
Yes.
one he can assign to the each application license.
We can uncheck what we do in our company. We just simply select all, and that's it, because we don't have any specific policy that, oh, remove this user from here or here or here. So follow your company compliance policy. You can give all, or if the company says no, no, don't give this, and that, then don't give.
Yeah,
But yeah, they can
because a
only
few
use when they
company
are
has
allowed.
a, yeah, because is the company need a, sometimes the people need a full access email boxes for the different functions. So you need a E5 license, but you need a restricted, you
Yeah,
have a few license.
authorization.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can restrict to few license, even if we give all licenses, but we still put restrictions from other side permissions. So they can use to certain extent, but they cannot use all the features, or they cannot access some of the areas. So we can still control even after giving through E5 access to all the applications or license to all the applications.
Okay.
Okay. And here, if we go now, so yeah, it just locked out, and 138000831, and yes, it's installed. I'm so happy. I'm about to cry now. Tears of happiness, that is. And the first thing I do with any user as well, and I need to actually put it in the, I'll look for script for that too when it deploys. Right click and pin it to taskbar. It's that important that it has to be on the taskbar, because sometimes we tell the user remotely, hey, do you see this icon? I send the picture of this icon, and the user tracks right away. Oh yes, it's in my taskbar. What do I do? And then I let the user
This
follow.
is this called a company portal, corporate portal. So you have to like a
Yeah,
Intune. So you can
yeah,
download everything from the company portal, the company restricted. If you don't have anything in the company portal, you have to go to the software team, the STCM or
yes,
software team create a package for you.
yep. So this is the company portal, and it actually logged in. Uh, So if I click this user here, this one, you can see that I didn't have to log into this. It just detected the locally logged in user. It's all automated because the way we install, we format the Windows, and the first time the user must log in the first time, the Intune ready user must log in the first time. If that's the case, then majority of the things are automated after that. The way Windows 10 went for me, and it asked for, oh, let's create a local admin account and then set up a user. So that was not
then many of the things you have to do manually as well. So the perfect way to do is that the first time a user has to log in, and when the after Windows has formatted. Anyway, it's logged in here. And yes, this is the company portal app. That's how it looks like from inside. If I go to navigation here, so you see home here, and I'm just going to expand that now. And you see home can access company resources, but action required. So checked 31 minutes ago. So this is something you have to click in home. There's only one box, and it says that what you can access through company portal app, or what this device can access. Encrypt your device. Did you do that? Turn on device encryption. Automatic remediation failed. So it's going to do certain checks. I'm going to click check access and go ahead, and if it gives an error, I'll try to troubleshoot that. This is one thing that we leave it at. That let's click check access. After that, yes, there's apps categories, there's downloads and updates for patching. How many devices this user is connected, because every user is allowed to connect to, well, in my case, 5 devices, but some companies may be allowing 10 devices. So whichever device the user is logged in from, this username will appear here. So obviously we the administrators will also see that, because users can see that too. And then we're going to go for settings and click the sync, but I have clicked the check access for now. So let it check access and give me a report. It takes time. That's the first step we did. Let's connect after the break, and then 12:24, 34, 44. So let's take our break and come back. 12. So break. Class starts at 12:44 p.m. All right. Okay, muting and pausing. Resume. Resuming the recording. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Amir, two things. Can you reset my PIN for Nestor? One, and then two, can you send me the BitLocker key separately? No, not that one. The PIN.
Where was the pin? Where do I reset the, that was something. Then you can
That's
go for
one, and then two. And then two, can you send me the BitLocker key for Nestor?
BitLocker key. BitLocker key.
Yeah, he's
Did
talking about the BitLocker key. Whenever they error in the Windows, they have the key, the whole 15 or 16 digit number with the characters or letters.
whenever there is an error, then there's a recovery key we use, not BitLocker key.
Yeah,
So
that's one. Yeah,
Yeah, recovery key.
yeah.
no, but why do you need recovery key
Yeah, that's right.
right away? I mean, what happened? You
No,
forgot
nothing.
the, oh, okay, the pin
I'm just
at the
testing
start.
it. Yeah, so I know what the password is, but if I want to reset it, you're able to reset it, right?
Yeah, but I thought that was a genuine issue. We still have to go ahead with the current topics. I mean, yeah, this going sideways now. But here you want to see where the key is? I can show you
Yeah.
that. Okay, it's if you go to Nestor or any user, Nestor, and then it's devices, and then in the device you go, and normally the key appears here if you have gone through the process of saving the key in the, but
Yep, I
here
did.
you can see BitLocker keys. Yeah, there's a show
Okay, so
recovery.
send those to me, please. Because I did save it. I had to save it. Like I said, in VMware Workstation Pro, you got to save it to a network drive. You can't save it locally. So just send me those two keys.
No, but
But
you saved it in the Azure as well, right?
yeah. But I'm saying like I did it both ways. But I'm saying like if you were to send it to me, you're able to send it to me. So I just want to show the class where you would find them because that's how we set it up in our compliance policy.
Or are you stuck? and your
No. I'm not. I'm just saying send it to me because to show us.
okay.
I have it already. I have it already. I created
Okay.
it twice, so just to kind of show you that it can be done. Okay.
So check your
Show
ID
recovery.
and which
Yeah,
one is
show
which.
recovery. It doesn't matter. Just send both.
Nestor Salvium.
Yeah.
Oh, you named it Salvium. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, device name is, I'll just
The
copy
whole
the whole
thing.
thing.
Yeah, there you go.
And I think there's another device, and why there are two, you logged in from two devices from Nestor?
No, I sent it. I did it that way, just a test. It's just for testing.
But you logged in from two devices from Nestor,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No. I did. No. I did it twice. I did it just to test it twice. Yeah, kind of two devices. Yeah, so just to kind of test it on both devices. So, that's
Okay,
fine.
so that's
Doesn't
the
matter.
full information
I
for
know
the other
which.
device as well.
I know which one's which, right? So,
Okay. Okay,
thank you.
so you're welcome. All right,
Yeah, that's it.
let's continue, guys. So here, I'm just gonna go for the checklist again and try to okay, a bit locker. Yeah, right. I'll just remove this and okay, so yeah, checklist. And here we have done, so once logged in from Windows 10, 11, did we install Intune company portal app? So that's where I was stuck. I'm gonna go for, oh, it actually just simply suspended the machine. So after idle time, some idle time is passed, it actually suspends the machine. And restoring virtual machine.
And we can reset the passcode
Passcode?
into.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go there. So Nestor reset.
PIN.
Not the when
not the password, the PIN.
Yeah. So when you go for PIN putting for the user, that is not the BitLocker, right? For the user, so you can always choose sign-in options, right? And
let me see.
then you
Go
can
back.
go for password.
Let me see. Hold on. So if I go in and oh shoot. Okay, so if I do a control alt delete, it says sign in options. I can do key, password, or I can do PIN. Now,
Yep.
if
So
I wanna, so okay, so basically, if I wanna put a PIN,
okay, sure, Fozia. Yep.
that's it.
You know what?
I think there is a way to do it. There is. It's called PIN reset client production. So you have to kind of set up an app. It's called an enterprise application.
No, but that's third party, right? So where to reset the pin in Azure Active Directory? I never had to do that. My junior admin does that. But I reset.
In your Intune tenant is what I'm saying. Like you should be able to reset it if you go to the device. Yeah. Devices. You're looking for a device.
And what's your device name?
You'll see it's the only two, right?
Nestor.
Yeah, click on that.
But you logged in from two.
No.
So which one is which?
And then I think it's, does it allow to reset passcode? No way.
No, but if it's BitLocker, even if it's BitLocker, you have to go to Active Directory, not here.
Yeah, I know, but it should be able to wipe device. We can wipe devices this way.
Yeah, but that is just different thing.
I mean, sorry, but reset passwords in Intune.
Well, the situation right now is that I forgot where to reset the PIN, but I know where to reset the password. So if you reset the password, you can still enter and then change the PIN from there as well.
That's fine. Okay, but there is a third-party app called PIN Reset Service Production.
Okay,
that allows us to do that.
Yep. Okay. So you want me to reset the password?
No.
Yes, no. Okay.
No.
All right. right, cool. Let's go ahead, guys. Yeah, so yeah, you know what? We have to cover a lot of stuff. So once logged in from Windows 10, 11, did we install company portal app? So I'll try to go there back here, Windows 11. And yeah, finally I'm here. So I'll just put the pin 138000831.
Yeah. So basically,
And
I have to do it myself. That's the only way with my
yeah,
passcode.
end user site. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here,
Yes,
once
from
we're
what I
in the
remember.
yep. Okay. So once we're company portal app, so we have to go for settings. Why we're going to settings? Because there's a sync option here. If I click the settings in the company portal app, there's a sync option. That is one way for the company portal to request the compliance policy and configuration profile. So these guys need to be implemented right away or a bit faster. Otherwise, every 8 hours, Intune, the device connected to Intune requests that. If that's you want it faster, you can go for synchronization. There's a script for synchronization as well that you can put in Intune, where Intune sends through that script sends a wake up alert. Hey, can you report to me and update all the policies? So there's a script for that too that also I will show. And okay, so here, okay, sure. Now I'm going to go back to company portal app. So this is the sync that I am initiating, which will request all the, it's a pull request. Hey, can you give me all the policies there? So this is just a pull request. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the sync. It takes a little time, not very long time. And while this is going on, you can do one more thing. You can also request a sync from user profile as well. So this user is logged in, right? You can go to Windows and then settings. This is settings. Other than the company portal app, you can request a sync from another way. So you go to settings and then you go to accounts and basically work or school account. Now I've clicked it, but it's terribly slow and it's not really. Oh, so okay, Sal forgets to mute. Okay, so here we go to settings and then we go to accounts and then work or school. So here also, there are two things that we can see from here, accounts and work or school. One is that this user account, how many policies got implemented, and that we can actually request a sync from here as well, from the user account. Hey, whatever policies are meant for the user, can you just please download those, Mr. Intune, right? So I'm going to go to info after I go to work or school. And so you can see here policies. Microsoft manages the following areas and settings. Settings marked as dynamic might change depending on device location, time, and network configuration. More information about dynamic management, but policies that were implemented are BitLocker, Defender, Device Lock, Security, and Defender, Microsoft Security. Connection info, it just gives a URL for that too, but there is also a sync button. So syncing keeps security policies, network profiles, and managed applications up to date. So it does say 12:58:01. So just 2 minutes ago. Like I'm gonna click the sync here. While if I go down to the company portal app here, so there are two syncs going on here. This just really pushes Intune. Hey, can you just really decide right away how much if all the policies are there? I want to reach that green compliant Intune status for the device, which means whatever settings in compliance policies and configuration profiles I configured, are they all implemented? And if they are, then my device should be showing green compliant, right? So I have sent synchronization from two areas here just to push it. What happens on the ground? So when we were troubleshooting, and there were some older devices as well, and we were connecting one by one to the devices that are problematic devices, which were not somehow communicating with Intune. So we found out that we had to do the sync, then we had to restart once, then we had to do the sync again, and then we had to restart even for some devices twice, because we wanted the green compliance or compliant result faster. So 2 times we start majority of the time, and after that we do the sync for the third time, and that's it. Then it will just become compliant. So that was in one session. If you want the compliance to be there, then where are the push buttons to really make it happen faster, right? So the synchronization is going on both sides here, and you should remember these areas. And you can also always check where you can check on the device side. So if you go to the devices, Windows, and so yeah, this Megan device was actually not before the status was not evaluated. Now it is in grace period, which means that there are policies going on. It's in the process of communication. There is synchronization going on. If I go inside my device, which is assigned to Megan, then I'm going to go for device compliance and device configuration, right? Uh, so overall status obviously is this compliance grace period, right? So if I go to device compliance, we can go in depth what's going on and what worked and what did not work. So I do get an error here for CEA compliance policy. So remember that there is another policy started showing up now, right? So that policy is So that policy, excuse me, is um, this default device compliance policy. Is there a policy that is, is there at least one policy there or not? That's pretty much what they're saying. So if I click that, and yeah, so this screenshot I'll just add here. When we are checking the compliance, so what are we checking? So this I'll just put here, and uh, the comment for that is, oh, it's not showing the whole picture. I'll go for this. Now the comment for the device, or the first policy here, default device compliance policy. What is default device compliance policy? And that has to be green. Otherwise, obviously, there's no Intune setting for you, basically, if that is not green. So it shows, so what is default device compliance policy? It means that do we have at least one um, compliance policy there or not, regardless of its compliance status. Excuse me. Compliance status, right? So this means that right now compliance status is error. It could be non-compliant as well, like that could be the status as well. It could be any other status, but is there a policy that was created or not? That's the main purpose of the device default compliance policy. So yeah, we passed the first one, that hey, we have a policy. What is the status of this policy? Now I'm going to dig deeper into this policy, that what's going on here. In fact, I'm going to refresh because there is continuous synchronization going on both sides. There is sync going on. So anytime it could tell me that, hey, all good, right? So I'll just put that here, click here, and Alt Tab. Okay, I'll just go ahead. So I'm gonna go refresh now, and anytime it could change status. I'm gonna go inside further. I clicked on that policy now. So what is not compliant? Ouch. It says BitLocker is not compliant and encryption of data storage. Otherwise, everything else passed. That's not good. If I click that, because it went smooth for my, oh, was it Nestor device I was checking or Bowen device?
Both.
Yeah,
Could
Megan
be
Bowen.
both.
Okay, Megan Bowen. Oh, yeah, I was following up with Megan Bowen device,
Okay.
and if I go to device compliance, then default device compliance policy is that there is a policy or not. Yes, there is. But if we click that, so it is actually telling about Windows 11. Are you kidding me? It just went smooth. So this means that it did not detect yet if the encryption is there or BitLocker is fully installed. Although it went smooth in terms of the steps, I can go and check. Okay, so company portal says that, hey, I have requested the sync, so I'm good. I'm just going to minimize that because I need to check, hey, why is it saying BitLocker is not there? So I'm going to minimize that. So you have to go one by one and T-shoot what is the issue reported by compliance policy, and also what is the issue reported by configuration profiles. And you have to troubleshoot some of the things. Very few things will be that you can actually safely ignore as well while they still show as an error or warning. But
I
what are
might have
those?
those.
Yep.
Maybe your
I
Windows
can
should
send you
you
those
need to
early, by the way.
restart the Windows. The
Yeah,
error
we
is
may have to restart the
yeah,
window because
you
after
restart
that
the
I haven't
window.
restarted. You're right.
Yeah, restart the window.
Well, it is possible, but first I'm just gonna check that if everything went well. So the manage BitLocker, yeah, it's there. You see the lock sign here? So that means BitLocker is here. And if I right click here, because then I will confirm that too. So manage BitLocker, and it should be just okay, unless it's not okay, so it's gonna give an error. But even if it's fully installed, yes, sometimes Windows requires a restart to insert a removable flash.
Couple
Yep,
reboots.
yep.
Yeah,
There is no.
Windows is called a reboot OS. Always I said, whatever the issue, reboot the window. That's it. Issue
Yeah,
resolved.
that's a 50-year-old exactly solution. We have always,
Yeah, reboot.
hey, 50% of the issues go away when we restart. You're right. Oh, there are some updates. You know, I would take this very, very serious that it's fully patched to the latest patches in order to be compliant, because then we're gonna go for auto patch as well. So I'm gonna go for update and restart actually. 5 minutes, but patch the machine to the latest patches. This is a must-do thing for any device that we're going through Intune and checking
But
that.
if Amir, if you take a look at the picture that I have, you'll see a
Yep.
sync button on one of them, and then you see TPM is required.
Yes. So this means that avoid TPM workaround. So there's a WhatsApp picture on the left. You know what?
Yeah, and
Somehow
that's what I was
my
trying to tell
computer
you.
is
It's the same
setting.
as what you guys are going to see with Windows 10 devices.
So that workaround did not work then, or
No, it did work. It did work. It got me
it
through.
worked
It
for?
allowed
Oh,
us
okay.
to, on Nestor's machine, it allowed us to create that. Yeah, there you go. So the only thing I can do is press sync for the automatic remediation
Mhm.
field, but the TPM is
So
required.
yeah, that's
So if
another
TPM
Google
is not
search.
required,
Hmm. TPM, we can suppose we want the TPM to be there on Intune level. Then there's a regedit or Google search away solution for just
but
avoid
go ahead.
TPM for this particular VM.
Now, if I click on sync, it resolves the issue.
So then after that, you don't get this error?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
that's good.
So I'll send another snapshot of what it looks like here
Okay, cool.
after.
That's great. Hey, actually, this was coming to my device as well. If I go back, oh, now I have done this. Okay. patching. While this is going on, I'll just delete this Windows 10 and just
Let me
give
know when
it
you see
another
this.
start. Manage.
Separate areas, right?
Delete
Separate
from
operating systems, different environments, different
Yeah.
feel.
You know, the virtual machine is also something that is lab environment and not really represent the production environment because it's actual hardware we're doing all this on. But yeah, very few things are there that are not similar. Otherwise, majority
I
are
just sent
exactly
it.
the same. So when you sync, then you get this.
Yeah.
Where's my Snagit? Oh man. Oh, okay. I have to update it.
That'll
Okay.
help big time.
So yeah, this is showing here. Okay. Looks like you're sharing videos or animations. Yeah. So it says checking access to company, and it says checking to see if the Microsoft compliance and security.
Can you check?
This might
Your
take
side?
a few minutes. So it says, yeah, you can just click check access and then it will give you the result.
Yeah, I did that already. No, I did that already.
You can share that result
But
then.
again, I'm just, and then honestly, it looks good at that end, at that point. After I run the sync on both ends, from the setting side and from the portal side, it worked. So I didn't even have to reboot
Okay.
it.
Way to go. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Oh, but
Just to let you
patching
know, no
also.
reboots required.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah,
no point
it's
of
if it works, no reboot. If it doesn't work, go
getting
for reboot.
trigger happy, right, about it? Because that way
Yeah,
we know that
exactly.
if it does happen again, you don't have to worry about rebooting it. We could just create the sync, press the sync button on both ends.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm just creating that Windows 10 that didn't work for me again quickly, and I'll just leave it at install after going through all this. 4GB finish. I haven't given the operating system. I will not give enterprise. And okay, add it, not add it. Come on. Why edit? Just go for power on. I'll just leave it at installation because
You should see it now
in
there.
the
That's what this is what we want to see at the end of the day. Sort of like got rid of those errors, but it's working to check it on, right? And I ran the two sync policies, and you'll see it in the picture.
Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, it's in the WhatsApp picture now, and I showed here as well. But definitely on my side, I would, or everyone else has it, Windows 10, because many of the companies did not go for 11 yet. So how does 10 react to Intune policies is still a thing. Oh man. So Windows 10 Pro I need. Enterprise.
Companies are not at 11, Windows 11. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, we are going for 11, but yeah, banks or big companies, they properly plan and then get approvals. Okay, software, Windows 10. Oh, okay. I have 10 only enterprise. This means. Okay, I'll go for 10 enterprise. That's bad. Okay, hopefully there's something else that I can do to get, so it should not ask for creating a admin first. Enterprise is supposed to be really cool. Okay, so yeah, I click that link and it will go ahead. While in Windows 11, it's to 20%. Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, when it patches, then so anyone's machine Windows 11 compliant green on Intune yet. So if I go for, oh, Vijay says yes. Wow, man. Remove compliance policy checks after apply sync. Yeah.
Did you refresh the page?
Yeah, let's refresh the
The
page.
browser and Intune level.
Okay.
So you're compliant.
Hey.
Mine's in grace period still. So I think it's just taking some time. I may want to restart
Yeah.
it just to kind of give it
Restart.
another a couple
Make it.
syncs, just 100 millions of times, and then
Yep.
I'll restart it and I'll let you guys know in a minute. Okay.
Yep. Otherwise, it takes like 8 hours then. is the time to again communicate with
Is it?
Intune. Yeah,
Is it 8?
yeah, 8 hours. So that's why we go for then these synchronizations, and restart is very, very important. So Vijay says, I ran into issue with
I
Windows
think
10. Uh-huh.
yeah, I think we did know how to we came up with an idea of how to refresh or restart the service. Remember, Amir?
Yeah, restart the services. I'm using in my company already the PowerShell script from Intune that simply sends a sync request. So I'll be implementing that here as well. But other than that, restart manually or tell the user, hey, when you're done with your work, please can you restart and CC his or her manager. Okay. So Vijay says here, I ran into issue with Win 10. I'm unable to get the company portal app in Win 10. Nothing happens when I click on Get in Store. Yeah, it may be slow. So you can restart that Windows 10 and then log in and then connect to internet. And better go for
Yeah, I'm doing that
Google
now.
Chrome and download from there. It's a pretty straightforward
Say that
experience from
again.
that. Better go to Google Chrome and download from there as well. Otherwise, it's
Downloading what?
Windows, no, it's company portal app which was having issue with that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. Sorry about that.
It's in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I'm
So
just gonna
here,
sync it more time.
yeah. So I read. So
Okay.
Vijay, this is something. Yeah, if you cannot download, change the browser or sign out, sign in. Yeah, it's something to do with just the browser and internet thing. So guys, I got one compliant, and this is like a flag we put on the mountain. Yay! But what I had to do, I'm just showing you that. And in the company, we had to do this restart or sync, restart, and then sync again and restart. Sometimes one restart is good, sometimes two, three restarts even sometimes. But yeah, it better be compliant here in Intune. Now, if I go inside Megan's user in Intune, and again, now I'm going to visit the compliance. And yes, so those were the things we did successfully out.
Is there something that's not compliant on my machine, Amir? The Windows 10?
Hey, what is this? It says compliant and BitLocker. Okay, yeah, it's gonna update, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
your question is what? Nestor
Because I know
machine?
just the in grace period is there, but is there anything that's not compliant?
After restart, we can tell because it's the same
Yeah,
thing
so
as
there's an error
Megan's
there.
machine here as well, and I think it's the same because it's a virtual machine. BitLocker not applicable, TPM error. I've got the same errors, but and now I'm getting compliance. So yeah, you can restart and then see or let
Just
me know.
did. I
I
just
refresh
logged
that.
in. I'm logging in right now.
Okay. So, but you have your own environment as well, right? Intune. And do you
Who,
have a
me?
machine in your environment, Sal?
Do I have
Like
one in my
Vijay have?
environment? No, not yet. Like I said, I missed last week's class. I didn't have the video, so I couldn't catch up. But by next week, I'll probably have something set up.
You were not doing in the class with me?
No, I was helping you.
Uh, well, every student has his own lab as well, right?
Yeah,
So you
like
don't
I
have
have
that.
my own
Okay.
machines. I have my own thing. I've done this a million
No,
times in there. It's just like I said, I didn't have last week's video, but I do have my machines, and I'm logged in
no.
under Nestor
Are
right
you
now.
configured? Have you configured your Intune?
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. I've done this 4 or 5 times at least.
But this time you did not. Okay. Yeah.
Nestor's is no, Amir, I don't have the video.
Oh yeah, this is
Couldn't
the
do it. I
20th time
couldn't do
I'm here.
last week's.
But during the class, I thought you were doing. Anyway, so yeah, the video should
I
be
was
here.
helping you with this issue. Yeah. So we're working together on it. We're not I
Yeah,
got lots
and
of time
create
to do
your own
it.
environment
But
as
anyway,
well.
there's no rush on
Because,
this. I'm helping you,
Mhm.
right?
Well, I, okay, you're volunteering it, but you should have
Yeah.
your own environment, in short.
I've done my
So,
own environment 15,000 times. I've
so
got my
now
own
you're not
environment at
having it.
work.
Okay,
I've got
so
my own
I get it.
environment. But I could do this environment in a couple days, right?
Okay.
while I watch the video now that I have it, right? So that's the
Okay.
point. Don't worry about it, Amir.
No, you should. Well, anyway, we're going to discuss that later. Let's go ahead and
There's no need.
yeah. Mm, well, we compare my results with other results, other students' results. So that's why there
Yeah.
is a need for that.
So
Anyway,
I've
yeah.
relogged in now. Let me refresh the page to see what's going on.
Yeah, because then you're asking
You
me
said
again and
8
again to
hours,
go
right?
back,
Okay,
and
so then by
you're
then,
putting me off track. So that's why I'm saying, why don't you have your own environment to check and compare the results? I'm trying to teach something else, and then you're saying, "Oh,
okay, then we'll
check my
check
device,"
at the end of the
right?
we'll
Okay.
check at the end of the class then.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and here. So what is default device compliance policy? Um, So this is done. I'm going to go back to what I was trying to discuss here, and that is Windows. If we go back here to compliance policy, so compliance policy is okay, but you know it says compliant here while it reports here when we go a bit deeper, device compliance. Yeah, even that is good, but when I go deeper here, and it still says BitLocker is not compliant. So this means that, and on the ground, when I say on the ground, this means that I've checked on the Windows as well. Wow, it actually shuts down. So I'll just restart it. Okay. So yeah, this shows here. I checked in the machine. It's okay. We can ignore that, right? There are certain things that will update at their own time, right? But here, we will just have configuration profiles, company endpoint protection, and so what I'm going to go for the next one is, if I'm compliant, was my configuration profile also pushed correctly? Because my compliance policy got pushed correctly. What about my configuration profile? Company endpoint protection. I'm going to go there and here. So this is the configurations that we have done. It says succeeded here as well. But overall, if I want to see the details for the device, then I'm going to go for Windows here, and I'll click that device, and then here, device configuration. So in the device configuration, I'm going to go in detail, yeah, succeeded. But you can see that even the succeeded here doesn't mean that everything is implemented, or check on the ground, check the actual setting in that particular machine. Suppose there are 10,000 machines, right? So you can't really possibly go to each machine and check, okay, even if it says succeeded, is it actually implemented or not? So we can't do that, right? So if I click that, and yeah, everything is green. So this means BitLocker system drive recovery options, BitLocker system drive requires startup authentication, network protection, ransomware protection, virus and threat, firewall. What we implemented through device configuration is implemented. Okay, so what we wanted to check here, if there is, oh, my point was, if there is anything red, ignore it. Why? You need to check that particular device only, and if it's actually configured in the device, then ignore it here. I'm sure this will go away for this device from compliance policy. So yeah, it's still red, seriously. So what I'm going to do is I'll just check it afterwards and keep track of this. Okay, so when we go for the steps here. So once logged in, once
10, 11, Intune in both all and also MS Office. So we're going to be installing MS Office as well. Once installed, then it should automatically log in from logged in user. Otherwise, we manually log in from Entra ID. So obviously, this is all done. Actually, other than MS Office, it's all done. I'll remove the MS Office from this list. When we're checking Intune, the only requirement for MS Office would be we're not going to use Outlook or Teams, but how to deploy these, right? And I did mention here that MS Office should be installed, but no, we will be deploying it. MS Office needs to be deployed via Intune. So not, like this. So Intune company app tries request Intune policies from Intune on behalf of this user device. So this is done. Yeah, we click the sync and it was okay. Now if I go back to my machine, okay, here, oh, Windows 11. Hey, I started that and then shut down again. So either welcome to the patches, and some patch may have put it. Oh yeah, because of this, it was just waiting for me. Hey, are you going to put BitLocker pin or not? So 138000831. Okay, so BitLocker pin, I forgot that. We will just connect it there. Now, if we go for the rest of the, did we make sure that the compliance policy and configuration profile settings are implemented successfully on these machines? Yes. Now it should be good. So because I got the compliance from Intune, so it's pretty much good. Is BitLocker configured? So that is also done. Well, I had to configure it myself, but that's suppose there are 10,000. Again, Intune is for large amount of devices, right? So if there were 10,000 devices, would you be connecting to each device and clicking that next, finish? So was it done manually? So if it is, was it done manually? Um, then was it done manually, right? Yes. Then how to automate that? So that's going to be the question. That until here is yes. Then how to automate? So Intune first you go for several configuration areas, then you have to go for automation for pretty much all the steps. So how to automate BitLocker installation and configuration. So whatever we did, can we automate all that and configuration? So what we did, we deployed Windows. Can we automate that? We configured Windows Hello. So we configured Windows Hello. Can we automate that? But with Windows Hello, do you remember that the user has to give the PIN or fingerprint? So can we automate that? Obviously not fingerprint. So the user has to give the fingerprint, right? So no automation there. This is their user input is required, right? So where we can automate, where we cannot, we have to identify those places. Our onboarding process required a lot of automation. So then, I was given that task to put autopilot there, right? So how to automate BitLocker installation and configuration? This is something that we need to do. I'm just gonna go for red sign here, and we configured Windows Hello. Can we automate star that? No. So this is here. Again, this is actually not red. Yeah. So these things are these points we need to just understand. Okay, does Intune dashboard for these machines show the word compliant in green? So this is something that we have confirmed already, and 97% really. Okay, so it's gonna finish that one day, Monday or Sunday. We will deploy company portal app where Intune PowerShell script. So yes, there is PowerShell script for that too, and that is something that I'm gonna be then showing in next class. So once my machine is there, then we can move ahead and try to. So let's go for some of the Intune configuration. Other than that, now we have compliance policies. We can deploy another compliance policy, or we can deploy another configuration profile. So first configuration profile was this endpoint protection, but we know that there are many other configuration profiles here that we can implement. So if I go for Windows 10 and later, Um, so this is templates. So we can go for any other configuration profile if it is doable on our lab environment, right? And here we can go for endpoint protection as well. Endpoint protection, and also we need to go for endpoint security baselines as well, right? Now we know that how to deploy a configuration profile. We're going to be exploring a lot of these as well. In fact, I was thinking that instead of going there and exploring now, we can also add one more thing from endpoint security. But we're going to be reaching there in time. First, let's just explore the configuration profiles. There is import ADMX, then there is custom templates where we can deploy Chrome and configure Chrome as well. So we're gonna go for all that. So right now it's OS and user related settings that we're doing. I'm gonna go for device restrictions. So if I go to device restriction, this is another configuration profile that I'm selecting. And then I'll go for okay, CEA, Cloud Engineers Academy, or whatever name you want to give, but device restrictions. You know how I do it in my company. It is I first put you know which admin did that. So I just put armor test after approval from my director. But then once it is tested on several users, it's approved as well in writing, then I just change it to prod. And then obviously it's a do not touch thing, touch me not thing, right? So right now I'll just give this name and click next. And then there are device restrictions. So that's a that's a long list of policies. Do you want them to be implemented? If you go to App Store, there is App Store mobile only. And do you want to block the App Store in cell phone? If it's a company given policy, company given device, then yes, right? And if it is a personal, a BYOD, bring your own device, then are there two app stores there, one for company and one for personal? Nope. So the only app store there is, we cannot block that for BYOD or bring your own device, or the user's personal device on which user is going to access Teams and Outlook for company. We're going to be dealing with that too when we come to cell phones. Auto update apps from store. So that is, yes, we will be deploying, or user will be deploying Outlook and Teams or whatever company device. So this is again cell phone related or app store related, which is purely iOS. So we're talking about Windows right now. So cellular and connectivity, if we go for that device section, so this is also cellular. We're going to talk in when we're going to the section of iOS and Android. Then we're going to come to this again and try to create those. Cloud and storage. This is accessed by Windows as well, right? So Microsoft account, obviously I don't want to block that. Non-Microsoft account, do you want, suppose Dropbox.com, Box.com, Google Drive even, or any other to be blocked? So it says block user from adding non-Microsoft accounts. So that is for cloud and storage. So AWS account, and that's too harsh. But maybe in military institute or maybe in security sensitive environments, maybe you don't want any other vendor related accounts to be enabled. So this is a very important policy for that. Setting synchronization from Microsoft account for Microsoft account. So block synchronization between Microsoft accounts. Wow, seriously? If you have two accounts or you have logged in from two devices in one account with one account, right? So do you want to block synchronization? Well, again, highly secure environments, yes, you can go for that, because if the company allowed one device, why are you synchronizing it, everything in your company provided one device to all the settings are synchronized to some other device that the company did not approve if the company provided just one device to you, right? So this is all very security sensitive areas that you can create. Cloud printer, do you want to deploy that? If you have that, go ahead, put that configuration here. Control panel and settings. This is Windows, obviously. So settings app, if you go for block access to settings app, now users are not supposed to be going for configurational settings other than the developers. So that is another point here that you should keep in mind. You will always have so user types here, right? So there are SMT, senior management team, and then there is end users, right? And then there is, here's what, developers. These are, pain in the neck. Developers need lenient policies. So how would you go for these same policies for developers and these same policies for end users? Now, end users and SMTP, kind of SMTP are what? Just again using MS Office and senior management, Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. They're not like application maestros. So end users and I would just add them as the same category. In fact, in my company also, it's the same. But in terms of who needs more access and who needs more restrictions, who needs less restrictions. So developers would be lenient restrictions, right? So it would be lenient restrictions while, okay, lenient restrictions, and while others would have more restrictions. We can say more / regular end user restrictions, right? So when you're going through a policy, these two major categories are there. If you don't have developers in your company, then you don't need to worry about that. Pretty much every company has developers. I think every company has IT department. If they're developing their applications, majority of the companies will have developers. So in that case, and there could be a more bigger security threat from developer machines because they have the right to install any application. Some of the applications that they have requires higher privileges just to run. So you have to give them that application admin privilege as well. So in that case, when you're going through a policy, is it good for end user or is it good for developer, right? So end users don't need to go for system app, although block access to settings app. So yeah, you want to block, you can go ahead and block system. This is this system, right? So why would end user want to go there when it comes to system configuration? If I go to settings here, and this is system. So in the system, all the critical things are there: storage, power and battery. Maybe user can do that, but recovery is there, right? projecting to this PC. It is also okay. Remote desktop. Developers, yes. End users, I don't think so. Unless they need it, you can configure it one by one. But there are some crucial settings that they should not mess with. So I will go for block system configuration. But if I need to do a lab, it should not block me later, right? So I have to remember that what I'm enabling here, devices. So power and sleep settings modification. So it's not there, but I blocked already the system access now. Devices, block access to devices in settings app. That is also important. So if you go to settings and then block access to devices in settings app, right? So this is the settings and the devices would be from here. If I go for device, reset this. Oh, when I put device, very critical things do appear there, but I don't see anything that shows just the devices itself. But access to devices or device related settings can be there. Devices, end users are not supposed to do that. Network internet, block access to network internet settings app. Maybe it's too harsh, but if the users have internet problem and network problem, it's the cable issue, or they don't need to go to this, Wi-Fi. Actually, yeah, it's going to block Wi-Fi as well. We do need users to select a Wi-Fi network and settings. So it will affect Wi-Fi as well. So always check what you're blocking, and then personalization. Yes, you can personalize. Users can change their wallpaper, right? And apps, block access to apps in settings app. Again, do you want users to deploy app? If I'm in the settings app, so you always have that apps. This is the one. This is settings, and this is the apps. We have not blocked this in my company as well. Advanced app settings, installed apps, apps for websites. Can they remove apps from this? Advanced app setting, yes, they should be able to. So you just need to see where the disruption comes. Oh, app execution, aliases, uninstall updates. Okay, so yeah, this is something that users should not be coming to. We deploy for them MS Office. Go have fun with that, right? Okay, so this means that if we block from here, settings app, pretty much everything is blocked. Okay, yeah, let's go just for apps. Accounts, no, many times I had to go for accounts as well, just to check users' account settings. And what I was showing you before, that here it was. So if I go to 38000831, Okay, so whenever it logs in, but the thing is that some of the areas that are open are not supposed to be open for the end users, and that's where the problems arise, and users create problems for themselves, and then they ask the desktop support, they waste our time. But accounts is the area that I may not need to block. It's for us administrators also, we need to access their account. Time and language is okay, system time modification, they can change time if time is incorrect. Region settings, yeah, language settings, gaming is something obviously. Whatever you block, it does affect certain other features as well, right? So always just do a test in the test environment, have a laptop that is a replica of end users, and add that user and laptop to a group, and then go for testing that. Privacy, do you want to see the update and security? Yes, we sometimes tell users that, hey, auto patching did not work for us. Can you go to update area and just click updates, right? So users do click update as well. And then display, turn GDI scaling for apps, turn off GDI. So this is if you have some kind of display related or graphics related or game developers need some more extra features for display. Otherwise, we don't touch that. General, then you have to go down and check that what you need, what you don't need. That's a long list. Copy paste, mobile only, manual enrollment, camera. You want to block camera. This is the way here. OneDrive file sync. Wow. Removable storage. They need it every day, right? Internet sharing, phone reset. If a company provided phone is there, then users should not be able to reset it. But we can remote wipe it, right? USB connection, anti-theft mod. So it's mobile only. Wherever there's mobile only, we have to then revisit it when we are talking about cell phones. Device name modification, removing provisioning packages, just device, anything critical that users can touch and disrupt our environment. I'm just looking for. Otherwise, that's a lot of features, right? Lock screen experience, action center notifications, lock screen, user configurable screen timeout. So user can configure screen timeout, which means that it will lock after 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Cortana on locked screen, toast notifications, screen timeout. Okay. Anyway, messaging. So nothing important that I see there, but you should at least go through all the features once, what you want to implement and why. Microsoft Edge legacy. If you have older Edge, in my environment, we check Edge versions and we deploy newer Edge, and we also have reports of which apps, especially Chrome reports we get that that user's Chrome is old, and then we follow up with that user. Okay, so network proxy. So here, automatically detect proxy settings. I don't need, in my company, we don't use proxy settings, but in banks, they do use proxy scripts. So you can just configure here and the proxy script will automatically go into the browser of the users, and then they can get internet. If they don't use proxy script in certain companies, then they cannot connect to internet. Password. So, we already put some password policies here. This will be overlap, and there will be a conflict if you enable here now, right? Yeah, so Raza says in the chat, device restriction works like IAM and compliance. Yeah, it has a lot of features that are related to identity and access management. So definitely Intune, that's why companies go for it, and it's pretty powerful. Automatic encryption during AADG. Azure Active Directory domain join. So this is a hybrid environment. Federal Information Processing Standard FIPS policy, allow the federal or FIPS policy. So we're going to be talking about standards and policies later, how to implement through Intune. Per app privacy exceptions, seriously. So what is the app name and privacy exceptions? So anything that our privacy policies should ignore for this particular app. So we don't have any such requirement. Personalization, desktop background picture. Wow. You can give your companies, so put some picture or JPG on the net or on URL. Actually, here we did do that. On SharePoint, I shared something and gave a path here. It didn't work. Like, the users it's over the internet, you're putting a background wallpaper or JPG on desktop of every user now from internet, right? How do you do that? So the tip is that you have to go to Azure Storage and then create a blob there, and then just give a link and put an image there, and then get the link of the image and put it here. That works. SharePoint, if you share, no, it's internal site. If you go for, or you can go for GoDaddy website and it's on internet and you can share image that way. But secure way to share an image on a desktop is your Azure storage blob. Okay, so in fact, hopefully I'll try to share that as well. How to do it? Printer, printer DNS name, very very important. Yep. Okay, so printer DNS name. Default printer, add new printer. So yeah, if you want to deploy it on the devices, whoa, I don't want to block first of all, and my printer name in the company that we already in our company's network are able to detect the printer over the network. We already do that, so it's okay. I don't have to add it from here. Maybe it's a huge environment, then you want to add it to that. As soon as there's put search on the network for the printer, they will find it. Privacy experience, input personalization, automatic acceptance of the pairing, and privacy user consent prompts. Okay, anyway, it's all about privacy. You want to block something, you want to allow something for privacy prompts. Account information, allow. So define information that all apps on the device can access. You can define exceptions on a per app basis using per app. It's just background apps, you want some information. Calendar, you want information. We don't need to really configure it. As is there in the Windows environment, unless you have good reason to block information about these services as well. Projection, you want to user input from wireless display receivers. I don't want to block anything. Any user should be able to project their screens on any kind of projector device. But we can put a pin, we can require a pin. Oh, you want to project something from this laptop anywhere? Then put a pin, and pin is with administrators. Unless, I don't know why would we block this projection thing. Anyone wants to project for presentations in meetings. Reporting and telemetry, share usage data, send Microsoft Edge browsing data to Microsoft 365 Analytics, telemetry. So yeah, this is just, you want to send information to Microsoft. Search, can we control search? Users do searches. There's a search here, right? I can search a printer here. I can search network services, right? But do you want to control that? Safe search, mobile only, display web results in search. Yeah, I don't want to block them. Okay, so diacritics. Diacritics. Are you kidding me? If search can use diacritics.
Diacritics.
What's diacritics?
Diacritics.
Diacritics?
Called diacritics. Critics.
Diacritics.
Diacritics.
No, but what is it? Diacritics. Often loosely called accents are the various little dots and
Diacritics.
squiggles, which in many languages are written
It's
above,
Greek.
below, or on top of certain letters of that alphabet to indicate something about their pronunciation. Whew, okay. Yeah, okay. That. Okay, let's go
It's
ahead.
Greek.
Greek? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to block any of this? No, I don't want to block any of this. Indexer, back off. Wow. Indexer, back off. What?
Hmm.
What kind of names are there? Search location and removable. You know, there's so many things that, like, okay, you want to use it, go ahead. Remote queries, yes, it's okay. And it's not blocked anyway, so why should I enable or touch it? Start. Windows Start, I would want to control that environment, right? If suppose you want to control that environment, in the start, do you want to run any script for all the machines? For example, um, clean up the recycle bin or clean up the internet folder, unnecessary files, or you want to run a scan at the start. There is possibilities endless, but you have to just upload that script, or most probably PowerShell script, obviously, or any script that is runnable on internet or on Windows machine. So you can put that, but you can control the start environment and run some scripts if you want. Microsoft Defender Smart Screen. Oh man, that's pain in the neck for administrators. Smart Screens does what? It actually does not allow you to run applications which it thinks are malicious, and it gets that maliciousness report of application from Defender. And if you, even as an administrator, try to run it, it doesn't allow you unless you block this smart screen. So I had a very hard time, and the manager wanted that right away. And I was like, hey, it's smart screen. It just doesn't work with our screaming or something like that, right? So I have to technically do that. And anyway, so it gave me a hard time once. Excuse me. So you want to require that, which means whatever Defender thinks as malicious, it's not going to even administrators have a run on it. But there's a setting that administrators can, easily or try to just stop this smart screen for that particular application. But yeah, overall, any application could be deemed as malicious if it finds something malicious there, and then yes, user will be calling you, and good luck with smart screen disabling on that particular device. Okay. So malicious site, but what is it? We know that in my environment, no way. I'm not doing that. Although it's very good security, unless I'm very comfortable with disabling it per device or per environment. And I think that's not a big deal as well. It's all about researching and getting the process tested, and that's it. Go ahead and implement that. But it's a very good security against running applications that are malicious. If I require now, then yeah, I have to do the research then, or dig down deep that document. Okay, Windows Spotlight here. My suggestion, master this thing, Smart Screen, because this is very good security. It doesn't let you run any script, doesn't let you run any malicious application because users do experiment and they just double click. Oh, what does that do? Double click. Oh, download and double click. Wow, seriously? So Smart Screen would not let them double click, unsecure things. Some of the applications are like .msi or utilities, small utilities, and they don't even require, when user downloads, they don't even require admin privileges to install. You just double click and they install. Chrome, it doesn't require admin privilege. So for those where you have no defense, then Smart Screen comes in and it really stops them. So it's effective, but just master the whole process of disabling it if the user screams. Okay, so here, Windows Spotlight, I'm not sure what is that. Allows ID admins to turn off all Windows Spotlight features, Windows Spotlight on lock screen, Windows tips, tips and Microsoft consumer features and other. Spotlight, yeah, it makes sense. It's about marketing and spreading word about different software. So yeah, guys, with device restrictions, there are some very important and critical settings here that actually saves your environment from threats. So real-time monitoring, obviously we have that. No, we don't. Okay, I'll enable that. Behavior monitoring. Okay, so if I'm like suspiciously looking at my colleague, there will be a slap coming from the screen and hey, watch your
Couple of
behavior.
backhanders.
Yeah, exactly. So behavior monitoring is just you're logging in at certain times when you are not supposed to. You're downloading something a lot. You're going to some downloading from somewhere something a lot. So behavior monitoring is they just check the patterns, unusual ones, that is. So network inspection, NIS, and then scan all downloads, configure low CPU priority, scan all downloads. Why not? Enable. Okay. Catch-up quick scan. This setting allows you to configure catch-up scans for scheduled quick scans. Catch-up scan is a scan that is initiated because a regularly scheduled scan was missed. Oh, I don't want to block that. I thought it was enabled. Okay, so it's already there. If you miss a scan, it will just scan at some other time, which is okay. I don't want to block that. Okay, catch a full scan, and it's also, if you miss a full scan, then it will scan at some other time. Scan scripts loaded in Microsoft web browsers. Wow, that is good, but scan only, right? It's not blocking them, right? But we have developers, lots of developers, so they might not. If suppose the scan takes time, they run a script in the browser, and because of the long time of scan, the script is not responding. So this is also one thing that you should think about before enabling it, right? End user access to Defender. End user access to Defender. No, they should have access. Or I hope they don't change anything, but we didn't block it, and we didn't have any issue with that too. So security intelligence update interval, monitor file and program activity days before deleting quarantined malware. These are done in Defender. They're already configured with best practices from vendor already, unless we want something changed. CPU usage, limit duration during a
Quick
scan.
question, Amir.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that quarantine stuff, right? Isn't that set up already in
Yeah.
our Exchange server?
Exactly, it is.
So then we
Unless we
shouldn't
want to
have to
change that
worry.
behavior here. Yep, we should
Yeah,
not be worrying.
we wouldn't
You're
have
right.
to- Yeah, okay. That's right.
Exactly.
So
Cool.
do our devices will obviously know if we're getting quarantined, if we're quarantining emails
Mhm.
or
Oh,
files or
yes. There's
right?
a Microsoft, but we
So,
need to have
ah,
Microsoft Defender. Yep.
that's right. That's right.
But
So
and
your
Microsoft
18,
Defender, yeah, you're saying? Hmm.
yeah, it'll tell us, right?
Exactly. I'm sure every company has Microsoft Defender, but whichever company does not have it, yeah, that's a very bad move for them if they're Microsoft Shop and they don't have Defender, or like
Hmm.
the premium one. So E5 has the topmost Defender tools.
We have it.
E3 or E1, E1, I'm not sure. E3 should also have it, yeah. But
Yeah, I think so.
these settings are, if we want to change a behavior, otherwise they are already best configured with Defender. Although we should go through those settings as well. Sometimes we even need better than those settings. Okay. Anyway, yeah, from here it's kind of
Yeah,
messing with the already configured
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Scan archive files, scan
But
incoming
you
mail
understand what I'm
messages.
talking about, that, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
point of adding that. Microsoft shouldn't
No.
be even adding this kind of stuff when it's already there. But
Well, it's there for a reason. So there could be some scenarios where they might want to add that.
on devices, maybe.
Yeah.
Can you go
So
to the I? Can you click on the I information?
I for
The information.
for
Days
which one? There are
quarantine.
so many I's.
The days before
Where is it?
deleting quarantined
Oh, this
malware.
one.
That's what
Days
we're
to wait
talking about.
before deleting quarantine malware. 0 to 90. 0 means never delete. Deleting quarantined malware. So Intune
Quarantined.
is, not the right place to do this kind of, because Microsoft
Yeah.
Defender has very, very good tools. When we go to here, security, so this is
Yes.
a full-blown,
We set that up.
excellent set of tools for Defender. So Intune should not be messing with them unless there is a good reason for that. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, that setting might not have been configured in security. That's why they're saying, hey, through Intune, you want to configure it in all the devices or not. So it's talking about quarantine malware in the device. So maybe it's not set up there as well. It must be there, but not set up. So yeah, with Intune, we can do a lot of stuff. And scan removal drives during a full scan, removable drives. So yeah, that's a good thing. We have a USB connected to it, external drive connected to it, scan map network drives during a full scan. When is it scanning? Then my question would be that, because during peak times, if it's scanning everything, it's going to slow down everything as well. Not unacceptably, but does slow down. Scan files open from network folders. Wow, good. Although Defender separately has these settings as well, it should not make a conflict if you're doing that from here. File blocking level, high, zero tolerance. I think we should set it up from Defender, because there are so many security settings here that Defender also has. Defender antivirus. Detect potentially unwanted applications. So it goes on, moderate severity, high severity, actions on detected malware threats. Enable, then you can go for what actions to take. And that's it. Microsoft antivirus exclusion. This is important, but you can go to Defender antivirus itself and exclude some of the folder paths. Suppose you put an antivirus there on database, and some of the folders of the database that have critical files, if antivirus ever thought that they're malicious, it will rename them or quarantine them. And because of those files, your database might stop functioning, or it would affect its functioning. So exclusions are always there in antivirus for critical applications when it's scanning those. Okay, and power settings, yeah, so that's just the power setting, battery level to turn energy saver on at 70 or 80, so it's up to you. That's a very interesting one for laptops actually, and I will check that on in my company as well,
Yeah.
that when the energy saver should be turned on. Lid close, mobile only, power button. Yeah, these are settings. Oh,
Why not create group policies for those? I don't understand. Isn't it better?
yeah, there are group policies, but they also are from Intune. So either from here or from the custom one. It's
In
the same thing.
general.
One of the ticket is there for forever for me, sleep button. So I was thinking, I will search one day, I'll Google search, and then next projects come, and then next tickets come. So there are some tickets that can take time. It's okay. So sleep button is something that, my policies removed sleep button, and that's not good. So not configured, no action, sleep. when in sleep buttons, there's
Do users at your
good sleep.
company ask you, "Hey, my computer falls
Man.
asleep in 5 minutes. Can you change it for me?" Do they ever
Yeah.
tell you that?
Well,
Yeah.
not to me, but actually, the
So
policies I implemented, it removed the sleep button. Yeah, in my case.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
I'm
were saying?
saying like in this case, like if you know how many users will call you in general. I'm talking about in the years I've done IT. My
Uh-huh.
computer goes to sleep every 5 minutes. Can we change it to half an hour? Why? Because you
Hmm.
want to leave your desk and
Mhm.
go shopping or go
It
to the
should,
washroom 15 times.
it,
And
yeah, but it should.
it's to the point where it's like
Uh-huh.
they're pissed off because their computer locks every
Actually,
5 minutes.
yeah, locks good, sleep not good.
Yeah, it goes to
Lock
sleep every
and stay
5 minutes.
up.
Yeah, it goes to
Sleep
lock and stay.
actually
So it goes to
is
sleep. Sorry, my apologies. It goes to sleep every five
no,
minutes, and they
goes
freak
to
out.
lock.
They
If it
cry.
locks, it's okay. If it's sleeping, which means that when you come back and turn on the button and it's taking time to go back up
Yeah,
again, so that's annoying. If it goes to lock, then you just unlock it by putting the password and you
yeah.
don't
No, I
waste
get
time
that
with that.
point. I get
Yeah.
that point.
Okay.
That's all power management settings. But I'm saying, like in
Yeah.
this point,
Hmm.
we're setting it. This is how it's set. But why not
Yep.
just create a group policy,
Yeah, exactly. For that, yep.
right?
With company compliance
Does it
approval,
make
then
sense?
go ahead and yep, it does.
With thousands of devices,
Mm-hmm.
part of
Yep.
whatever, right? Just do it that way.
Yep. Cool. You know,
Anyway,
this
have
setting,
you implemented this before? Have you
um,
guys implemented it at your job?
well, it locks after 5 minutes. That's when it be
It's okay,
implemented.
but users
It
will
doesn't sleep.
probably complain, right?
No, they don't. They have a bad habit of leaving their machines on and open. So we are thinking of putting it to 3 minutes. Yeah, they should be locked but not sleep. They just lock.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Auto lock.
It shouldn't be like that.
Mhm. Mm.
That's too much.
Now, if
They're
users are
complaining that it's too
abusing
little.
the
Five
rules,
minutes is too little. I've worked in a company last time, and they were all complaining. Oh, it's too little. It's too
yeah,
little. And we
depends
have
on
a
the
group
company
policy
environment.
that's enabled on it. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
environment. Yeah. So
also, from management, we do send some
it's too
emails
little.
that,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not. So what? You can go shopping? Like,
yeah, exactly. That's the case. So, yep, what we
no, man.
can allow with company policy. Okay, so here, yeah, sleep mode. When sleep button is pressed, then sleep. Actually, sorry, I will
I'm
do
gonna
that
check
in my
that.
production environment. Here, I'm just going to not configure, but these are the settings here that we can always mess with. So, okay, I've selected few of the things up there, and I'm gonna click next. And yeah, now it says that, oh, you want to run a script? No, I never wanted to run a script. So this means I block it. Not configured. Um, Setup script address URL. Um, the value must not be empty. Address what? I didn't touch it, and it says no, 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 no. Put the value now. Okay. Anyway, it's not configured now. And if I go for
Do you
address,
know in your
use
production
manual.
environment if you've screwed around
No,
with
no,
those settings or no? No, eh?
no. I went through checking it, and then I thought that
Because
I
I'm
don't
looking
need
at
it,
mine.
so I
I don't
never.
even remember. I don't remember touching those settings. But anyway, and now
No.
now I gotta go check.
Yeah, we should just go through it once at least. Okay,
Yeah, for
so it seems
devices. Yeah.
like it should be okay. Yeah, it's okay now. Okay, so I'm gonna go for add groups and that's it. And let's just implement that. We already 209. Oh, 209, seriously. Okay. Intune, select, and next. That's it. Next. We already went through that. So create. And next time, then we're going to be going for endpoint security as well. This is the second secure configuration profile that we implemented. So next time we're going to check that did it implement properly. I'll keep the machines up for some time and then I'll shut it down. So next time we're gonna just continue from here. Endpoint security, we're gonna explore what are the baselines and then some of the environment features here we're gonna explore. And then we're gonna go for scripts and then apps as well. Okay, so let's call it a day and see you next week at 9:55. Thank you. And I'll just close that and close all the recording and
I
mute.
should be
All right.
green. I should be green on my end. So if you want to check now.
Let's see. Devices, Windows.
Should be green.
Yay,
Right? Told you.
green. Woohoo.
I figured
Okay.
it's because yeah. But that one and then two, if you can send us the PowerPoint for today.
Oh yeah, sure. Will do. I'll
Yeah.
upload here. So okay. And I'll
Now,
upload there.
now, now you're giving me double the work. When I'm bored at work, now I can watch this video. This
Oh
week I
yeah.
was bored. I was even bored.
Uh,
I couldn't watch the
oh
video.
wow.
I didn't get the video until today. Swear to God. Even last night, I was
Ah,
looking at it. I didn't get the video. You made me
hmm.
wait 4 days. I could have.
That's
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Man, yeah, your dedication is really very good. Excellent.
No, no
So
problem. Thanks.
today, tonight,
Thanks
or
for teaching
by
us.
tomorrow, I will you will come, and but yeah, by tomorrow I will definitely put the video up.
Yeah. Thanks a
I'll
lot. I appreciate
thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Kudos.
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 Kudos. But it's good to have two people in this,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're testing it from outside externally. Like it's good. It's
Mm-hmm.
good troubleshooting, right? Like, so
Yeah,
say
as
you
long as
have my
it's
device
not.
that's a Windows 10, you've got your device
Mm,
that's a Windows 11, and
yeah,
two
it's fun.
different separate issues. It's fun. And everybody in this class
But
can
if you have your own
can take
environment,
away
we can
here.
compare.
Can take away. They can just take away, right?
Yeah, but if you have your own environment, that we can compare. Sometimes error is only coming to my
Exactly.
environment and it's not coming to yours.
Oh,
So
for sure, for
then
sure,
we
for sure.
point out
Yeah.
right away what's the
Now
problem.
I got to take a
Okay.
look at my environment and see what's going on
Uh,
over there. See if we're using it that way or we're doing it another way, right? So
okay.
there's
So
always
your environment
something
means
to
the
my environment.
test account. Test account.
No, yeah, that and my
The
work, my business,
not work.
my work, and my test business account, right? So I've got like got a lot of areas to check.
Mm-hmm.
To see what we did because we were part of a project a while back. So